turn on my mic. Let's switch the scene over. Okay, and we're live. Welcome to another Fine Art Friday, boys, girls, and everyone in between. How's it going today, Sage and Mark in chat? Thanks for being here, guys. We greatly appreciate it. We are a studio created by artists for artists, and in our sketch sessions, we talk about anything that comes to mind while we create human art. I am Esso, and with me, as always, is the co-creator and motivator, Miss Lily.
Guys, welcome back.
So tonight, let's see, we're going to be drawing fan art from Avenger, Doomsday's Gambit, as well as Yani from Chainsmoker Cat. Well, we're talking about everything that's coming out of San Diego Comic-Con this week, and oh man, it has me freaking antsy and anticipated because the Marvel panel is happening tomorrow, and God only knows what they're going to be talking about then. So I am hyped. I've been hyped all this week seeing everything coming out. But before we do, let's get a little bit of housekeeping out of the way. If you're watching on stream, please feel free to join us in chat. It lets YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram know that you're here and counted. If you're a first-time watcher on Twitch and Instagram, hit that follow button. And if you are watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the like and subscribe. Head over to chat. You will see links for Miss Lily's social media, both her Instagram and TikTok. You can find her at Lily Lilac Draws, all one word. And then right below hers, you will see links to Linkspray, where you can find artwork for me, clips from the show, as well as a link to our coffee page where you can donate to the studio. Let me go ahead and put both of those in there. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. And then we'll get Lily's in there as well. All right. Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we stream live every Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. If you missed the stream, you can catch a rerun of the enhanced version of the stream every Monday at 12 p.m. for those early birds. And see the enhanced video on demand on YouTube every Wednesday at 12 p.m. So you have a number of chances of catching the show. And then on Mondays and Wednesdays, you get the show with some editing, the new editing skills I've been learning here and there. If anybody has noticed on social media, I've been trying to up my editing skills. So, take a look at that whenever you get a chance, or join us, because on the rerun stream, I'm usually in chat doing a little bit of commentary here and there. And then the VODs are always really interesting to get people's takes. And finally, as a disclaimer, the artwork that I present in each stream, and only my artwork, is pre-recorded. Due to my attention deficit, I cannot draw and carry on a conversation at the same time, since my process is a solitary and vibe-filled one. So throughout the week, I record about 2 hours of my process via OBS. If I end up going over the 2 hours, I put the video through Premiere just to match the total length of the stream. But no artistic process is lost in the video editing. Pretty much just time. All right. So it's like I always say, a good artist isn't always a fast one. Obviously, repetition can speed up the process, but I didn't create the podcast to showcase speed. I created it to showcase the artistic process, to create and to have a good conversation while doing so. So if you notice any kind of video playback, that's either me messing up the editing process or messing up the presentation, and that's completely my bad. But with that said, before we move on, I want to give a couple of shout outs. We've had a number of people join us on both YouTube and Instagram. First, over on YouTube, I want to thank Morbid Author for subscribing. Thank you very much. I hope you're joining us tonight. If not, I hope you see this VOD later on in the week. And on Instagram, man, I'm going to do my best to pronounce these usernames. We have Mark 70AB. We have LG Blackout. I want to thank Sifu underscore NYE626. I want to thank Atomic JBS, Jasim underscore DG5, Pale Firewalker, D Yankee 39, Bill Felipe 09, Steffi A, Stephanie underscore Stephanie. I want to thank Muna underscore art, Ramal Kumar 8591, Pandey Rarte, I believe that's the way that's pronounced. Also, Fathers on Foul Lines, as well as at Lear Kamal Lesausi, I believe that's the way that's pronounced. Either way, I want to thank all of you for joining us on Instagram or YouTube or joining us tonight. Also, shout out to Doc Ock, who's now in chat. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, man. I hope you enjoy the show. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to draw. But thank you everyone from the bottom of my heart. You guys' follows and joining us on stream nights is what keeps me going. But with that said, let's go ahead and start getting into our drawings. Here we go. Let me go ahead and get this started. All right, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to, let's see. Okay. All right, so I wanted to go over some of the animes and movie trailers that have kind of inspired our drawings today. Let's see. I guess I'll start talking about what I'm going to be drawing, or what I'm going to be drawing tonight. I'm going to go over what kind of inspired it, and then we can go over your review of what anime did you recently watch, Lily?
What did I say? I put that I am going to be reviewing Witch Hat Atelier.
Okay, cool,
Mhm.
cool. That'll
So I
work.
finished the first season. Yeah.
Man, I want to I think I'm going to end up doing the same thing after reading the first volume of the manga. Is like I kept thinking to myself, like, do I want to keep collecting the volumes, or do I just want to go ahead and watch the anime? And I think I'm just gonna watch the anime because that animation looks phenomenal. So
Mhm.
I think I want to do that. But let me go over my review first, and then we can transition over to. Oh, you know what? What would probably work best is go over your review first, and then I can go over mine, and then we can start talking about the new trailer that just dropped. That's inspiring your drawing.
Okay. So I've been catching up on a lot of the animes that came out recently, and one of them was Witch Hat Atelier.
Mm-hmm.
I have up to the third volume, which I haven't read. But I kept seeing clips of the animation
Mm-hmm.
for it and seeing like the behind the scenes, and I just figured let me just watch it. And I did try to pause right before the third volume just so I could catch up, but
Yeah.
it's really good. Like the animation, it and watching even watching this new show that I'm watching, it's crazy how much of a leap some animations from different studios go.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking back to Dr. Stone, and it's just like I really wish each studio animated um they don't have to like, not copy the same style and all that stuff, but I wish they had more of a budget to animate.
Yeah.
Not anywhere near Witch Hat Atelier because that stuff is kind of insane, but
Yeah.
to maybe somewhere near the same caliber, like you just paying attention to how the characters move and how the clothing falls and the hair, really just how they move. Because like in Dr. Stone, it's just a lot of still shots, but in Witch Hat Atelier, like the clothes will move and shift, and there's just such a great attention to detail. And
Yeah.
I remember watching a behind the scenes clip with I think one of the animators, and they were like, "Yeah, we had to do it justice." Just because the artwork in the manga is so good.
Yeah.
And that's why I started reading the manga first, was because it's amazing. Um, so yeah, I'm glad that they treated it with that amount of care
Mhm.
to pay homage to the manga. Um, but it makes me wish that um, more studios would do that, even just for other properties where it's just maybe a lot of talking, but
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ugh,
I mean,
like,
that's a super high bar that they had to clear too,
oh
because
yeah, definitely.
that manga, I mean, the way she so it is a
It is a
woman
woman.
mangaka, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, like, oh my god, whenever, we had gotten that manga on our last outing, whenever I finally got into it and was reading it, I was blown away by the inking skills. I mean,
Yeah.
good
The
god, I
way
could
she
just
inks is very traditional and very purposeful. It gives everything a shape and a it makes everything feel animated even though it's still, like
yeah,
just doing all that hatching
I
gives
know.
your drawing life. Um,
So much
yeah,
dimension.
it's so admirable. And I'm just blown away. Like obviously they didn't bring that over to the anime,
Mhm.
because that would be insane.
Yeah, that'd
But
be almost impossible.
yeah. So they didn't bring the hatching over because
Mhm.
like I said, that would be insane. But they did a good job with the coloring and the
Yeah.
feel of it. Oh, but that last episode, like apparently it's finished airing, which
Mhm.
makes me sad because that last episode, oh my gosh, really kicks you
But
in the
then that
shins.
means
Like
it's a
it's so
perfect time for
sad.
me to get into it.
Yes, it's so but I'm so glad the manga is gone
Mhm.
farther than
Mhm.
that and I'm actually collecting it because it's like, well, I can just go to the store and buy the other volumes and read like and
No
see
waiting
how
for you.
saw how she drew it,
Right.
and see how it flows.
Mhm.
As far as I can tell, everything matches. It's one to one. Like
Right.
there's no skipping of like lines or skipping of detail,
Mhm.
which is really good. Um, yeah, and what's something else that I can say about Witch Hat? I like I like current mangas and animes. Um, just because there's no training arc. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, I get it.
I mean the whole thing is she's training, right? But
Mhm.
like it doesn't feel like, oh, it's just gonna be this certain amount of episodes and she's learning this one thing.
Yeah.
Like I just remember Naruto and he's taking forever to learn how to do the um oh my gosh, what's the little trick he does?
Oh god, I don't know. I've never
Oh
watched
dude.
Naruto.
What? That's crazy. Okay. That's
Well,
actually an insane statement because Naruto is
well,
actually pretty good.
to be fair, that anime came out way later in my life. I think I was
It
like
did, but it's really good.
but it's
It's
also
really good to
it
watch.
it kind of it's kind of the same thing like with One Piece with me, right? Unless you like kind of grew up watching it, it's really daunting to be like, okay, now I'm going to go into it and try to catch up. Like I think I tried doing that for about I think I gave it 3 to 4 episodes from like I
Mm.
was starting like from the first season. And yeah, man, I couldn't. It was just I don't know whether or not I found it just too slow or I just couldn't.
It is, yeah, it is kind of slow.
Yeah. But
Like
but I
how I'm
think
saying with these. Mhm.
well, I think I found it slow because again, it's one of those things like I'm pretty sure whenever it first came out, right? It's one of those things like you're willing to sit with an anime, especially whenever it originally came out, because this was around the wasn't it like around the time Toonami was still on air. And so, you could sit down with it and you would watch it week from week and you would kind of watch it from where it was coming, but you were willing to kind of like go on the journey with the anime at first. And now it's kind of like if I try to do it now in this age of being able to binge entire series, oh man, I don't know. I would have to start from the middle just to kind of like I'll read the wiki to catch up on the story and then start from the middle cuz I have seen animation from it. It looks amazing. But
Yeah, it's
again,
really
it's
good.
such a huge series just like One Piece. I don't think I'll ever have the
Mm,
time to
I don't
really.
know. I think it's more digestible than than One Piece.
You think well, it may be. Yeah, you may be absolutely right
So,
cuz
but I think so. I think it is a product of its time.
Mhm.
It had to do things slow because of the way things came out before. Like
Yeah,
right now,
the
everything is
filler
easily
stuff and
accessible and
mhm.
um things come out. Anime still comes out on a week to week basis, but
Yeah.
there's some animes where it doesn't.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think it's just the distribution
Yeah.
that changed that pacing, and also that I think these mangas were given time
Mhm.
to come out first, and then they see it in the future. Like, okay, we'll release the anime when these few volumes come out because we don't want filler episodes. Like we don't
Right.
want to keep dragging the audience. So I think yeah, I think it's due part in that. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I
the
think you're
producers
absolutely
are
right.
what yeah, the producers have watched what's happened with the audience. They're growing with them and they're saying, "Okay, let's just have a feel for how this manga's doing, you
Mhm.
know, and then once a few volumes have come out, we'll start making an anime, and we'll start figuring out like how we should animate this anime. Like, should
Mhm.
it have a higher budget? Should it go to a specific studio because we know they can handle it and stuff like that? So I think that's what's happening. And then some
Yeah.
animes are just kind of thrown under the bus for some reason
Mhm.
and not given proper animation studio slash budget,
Yeah.
which is a shame. I'm talking about One Punch Man.
Yeah, like,
um,
Sage in chat, she was commenting on Witch Hat, and she said that it was a major, labor of love, and it
yeah.
reminded me of One Punch Man, where it's like the first season as well was a major labor of love, and there was a pessimistic side of my brain's like, "Oh god, I hope if they do a second season, it's not gonna it's not gonna go down the One Punch Man route," you know?
No, I think, like I said, I think these studios are paying attention to
Mhm.
what's happening around them. They definitely don't want that to happen with this. At least I hope not.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
I would hope that they'd see that affects sales in some
Mhm.
way. Like, yeah, sure, people are still pirating anime, but people
Yeah.
are still buying merch and buying manga, of course, and all
Mhm.
this other good stuff, right? So if
Yeah.
they see that the animation has gone down in quality, that kind of drives people to not buy things, but also maybe it also drives people to buy the manga because it's like, oh man, this anime is shitty. Let me just go
Yeah.
read the
I'm just
manga.
gonna read the
It,
manga, yeah.
yeah, it could have the adverse effect. I don't
Mhm.
know. It's strange, but I don't think they're gonna do it this way. I think I would hope that studios would be like, we really want to do this property. I understand that we get lined up to do other properties, so let's kind of draw out a timeline. Like, where in our timeline of work can we
Mhm.
work on this property? Can we work on this property? And this, that, the other, you know? So,
Yeah, yeah.
um, especially with how popular this one has become and how it's so hard to buy the manga volumes for it. So I think, yeah, I think they're kicking it out of the
Speaking from
park with
personal
this one.
experience.
Yeah, it's really hard. I had to like I had to call and ask if they got volume 3 in yet, and then I think I was there like
Tell them to hold
um
it for you.
they did, but
Oh,
they
they
were like,
did? Oh,
we're
awesome.
only gonna hold it for 3 days," and I was
Oh,
like, "Okay."
man.
Well, I'm right down the street from work, so I'll just come after work.
I'm on my
And
way, I
then
swear.
yeah, and then when I was there like maybe a week ago, like yeah, the first 5 volumes were not in stock. Like I think I
Mm,
don't know what happened to all their stock. They had so many
wow.
volumes of volume 1 like just stacked by the shelves and then they were all gone. I don't know what happened. Like
It's a good problem to have,
which is
technically.
awesome. Yeah. Well, I would hope it's because they sold it and not because
Yeah.
they rotated it out, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they gave it
yeah.
to another store or something. I don't know how that works, but um yeah, it is a good problem to have if they happen to sell out of it. Um but yeah, highly recommend it if you get a chance and you have time to read.
Mhm.
Go read the manga. The artist for it is amazing. I recently since learned that she also has done artwork for the Pokemon trading card game, which is
Really?
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done like maybe a couple, but that's really cool to learn that she's also done some other things that we're
Yeah, that we're
fans of.
familiar with.
So yeah, so really good. And the story, and I love that it is very much written. It feels like it's very much written by a woman.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, it doesn't
not
feel
once are
too
any of the characters sexualized.
mhm.
Um,
Except for the main character, right?
well, no, no,
I'm
no,
kidding.
no. You mean Coco, right?
No,
No,
no, no,
Coco's
no,
the
I'm
main
talking about,
character.
what's his
Keyfree,
name? Yeah.
the main male character,
Uh-huh.
Keyfree, he is not sexualized, but he is really cool. So definitely written by a woman. He's
Definitely.
awesome. Love him. He all the coolest characters in anime are men with white hair. So
Right?
can confirm.
It seems to be a
Coolest dude
trend.
ever. Yes, and like he has some secrets going on, which
Mhm.
is like, what's going on with this guy? Like he seems really
Mysterious.
nice and
Right?
cuddly and like a good person, but then I think what's compelling about the story is
Mhm.
how the magic system works, like
Yeah.
that it's actually really accessible. I like that it pays homage to artists and how, you know, drawing in itself is a magic form. Like
I
that's really
know.
cool.
That's so cool.
That's cool. And then I think that the you haven't read most of the first volume,
No,
have
I've
you?
read the entire first volume so far.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mhm.
so it kind of brings into question because you know there's forbidden magic and
Yeah.
stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
So it's like that question starts coming into play. Like
Yeah.
why are these magics forbidden
Mhm.
and why can it not be used to better
Yeah,
like
as I was
humanity?
reading it, a part of me was thinking like, "Am I gonna get a rug pull in this story? Like, is it gonna be
I think there is
like we're the
based off
bad
of
guys, you know?
some of the
Are
some
we
of
the
the artwork
baddies?"
for Coco. and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I don't
Mhm.
know. It's kind of scary. I'm kind of scared, but I'm also kind of excited because it's like, oh man, there's gonna be like flip-flopping, and that's
Oh, yeah.
cool.
That
You
just makes the
know,
story better,
it
honestly.
does. It makes it, I don't want to say more interesting, because following a good guy is interesting too,
Oh, of course.
but it's like stories where it makes you question what is good and what is bad
Mhm.
kind of are
Yeah.
kind of are really fun. Like
Yeah.
those are really fun
Those
stories.
are more compelling stories, trying to figure out, like, who are these wizards that are trying to it's almost like, whenever I was reading it, it kinda came off as I was starting to, like, read in between the lines and get deeper into the story, it started becoming this question of, are these wizards who are practicing banned magic? Are they kind of like the magic liberators? Because technically they it seems as if they want everybody to have magic. Or is
Mhm.
it like, or are we supposed to side with the people who are essentially gatekeeping the magic? And I was just like, oh man, this story's getting juicy.
Yeah, well, it also is understood why they're doing it is
Hmm.
because they have seen time and time again humanity does lean towards um
The worst
using
aspects
it
of
for
themselves.
selfish
Yeah.
reasons. Like
Mhm.
they only use it to benefit themselves and not really for the greater good of humanity. So I can totally get that,
Oh, yeah.
as someone who tries to always do the better thing and kind of gets mad when other people don't do it. Like I get that. Like I totally
Right.
get that. Um but then you go in later into the story and it's just like this stuff would easily be solvable if you could do this with magic, but
Mhm.
apparently that's forbidden. So, and it's just like, oh man, maybe it isn't always so good to think of it this way.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I really like that about the story. It always gets you thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That and the
yeah.
magic system that I mean, just overall, what I noticed from reading the manga was just the world building of this story is amazing. Like
Mhm.
truly goals as a person who wants to try to build their own world. It's absolute goals. And
Yeah, no.
I mean, just the way that they explain the magic system and how it kind of follows logically. If the way you draw these magical circles, they have certain attributes. I think that's just super cool, man. So much so to the fact that there's a lot of people in the fan base who come up with their own magical circles to do like certain things. I think like I was reading like some
I've
people.
seen some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like just a bunch of troll stuff. There was one where some dude made a a circle that just sends you to hell. Like
Yeah. They're getting creative with it, dude.
I
But
mean,
that's
yeah,
awesome, right? Like
it's fun.
this mangaka was able to build a magical system that people can then take and just go nuts with. And
It's
I
very
think that's
easily
oh
understandable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, super easy to understand. And I think that's awesome. Like I I'm like you. I think I'm going to be watching the anime um now that it's come to the end of its first season. Um, and then I got to debate with myself on whether or not I want to read the manga after that, continue to read the manga, or just wait for a season two. Because waiting for a season two is, like we said, that it's a gamble whether or not that's the best route to go down. So
I mean,
man,
I think it's already been confirmed that they're doing it.
are they
Like
have they confirmed they're doing a
at
season two
the
already?
they have to be. I saw so many images. That's crazy. Yeah, it's officially in production by the same studio.
Oh,
hmm
thank goodness, it's the same
This was
studio.
announced like a month ago,
Okay.
which was when the first season actually ended. So they announced it right as it ended. Yeah.
Oh, then that means they know what kind of treasure they have on hand, and
I
they're gonna
mean, I mean, they have to be seeing how crazy manga has been flying off the shelves. Like,
exactly.
I'm seeing it. There's no way they're not seeing it. Like, There was, oh my gosh, I can't. I have to go find volume 4 because I'm pretty sure volume 3 doesn't even cover what happened in
Yeah.
the last episode, and the last episode was fucking nuts. Like I'm just like, why? Why
So
is this happening? Why?
so are you afraid of are you afraid that if you continue to read the manga past season 1 that you're going to get spoiled for season 2 at all?
Oh no, I
No?
want to know what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that I'm telling you, that last episode was diabolical. Like the way that they ended it is just like, really? This is where you're ending. There's no 24 episodes. It's only 13. Like
Yeah.
why are we doing this? Like this is evil. Like you guys are like I get
Oh
it's a
man.
lot of money. You guys are doing great. The
Yeah,
animation's
yeah.
amazing. But why did you leave it here, you evil people? Like to drive the manga sales. That's why they did it. I get it
they
now.
gotta
It all makes
leave. They
sense
gotta
now.
leave the fans with something to look forward to, man.
The dots are connecting. That's why I can't find volume 4. Okay, got it.
There you go. You build scarcity to up the ante.
That's how it works. But yeah, no, I don't care if I was already planning to read the entirety of the manga that was season 1 before watching the season.
hmm
But because I'd been seeing so much praise for it and people releasing clips and all this other stuff talking about the characters and how cute they are and wholesome they are and how badass they are, I'm just like I gotta watch this. Like I
Yeah.
can't, And I'm already trying to read the Avatar comic books, which I'm not gonna do it before tomorrow.
Right,
Um,
because the movie's releasing
yeah,
tomorrow.
so much reading that I've had to been
So
doing.
much to catch up with.
So much stuff. This is what happens when you have so many hobbies.
Right?
You can't do any of
There's never
them.
enough time. No, not
Man,
enough time in the entire world.
damn it. And most of that's just video gaming, stuff I could just not be doing, but I just do it anyway because I
you
have a
you
addictive personality, I
yeah,
guess. But
yeah. You kind of need to, but I'm biased because of the dopamine hits that I get from playing video games. So
that's how it becomes addictive. Yeah,
it's true. It's
yeah,
true.
exactly. You win some, you want to play more. One more game.
One more
That's the
game. I
thing.
just I
One more
just got
game,
this
and then it's
victory
6 a.m.
royale.
Yeah.
Oh shit, is that birds I hear on the
Yeah,
from the
there
outside window?
sun's up.
Fuck.
Huh.
I fucked up real bad.
Yeah. But anyways, that's to say go watch it.
Right.
It's really good. I can't wait for season 2. Wait, let me look up when season 2
Wait, where can I
is
catch
coming out.
this?
What do you mean?
Oh, is there a specific streaming service that's showing it, or is it coming out of Crunchyroll?
Well, it is streaming on Crunchyroll, but
Okay.
I'm a pirate, so,
Right, right. If
you
it's on
know.
Crunchyroll, I'm probably gonna have to
So
pirate it too. So
wherever you can find it,
yeah,
just
yeah,
go
I'll be doing
go
it
do
that
that.
way. Well,
But when is season 2 released?
is it sometime this
Hasn't been
next year?
announced.
Oh,
Damn.
damn it. Well, give them time.
Damn.
Let them cook, man.
I mean, the animation is really good, but I'm
Yeah,
sad.
just let them cook. It's gonna come out whenever it's ready.
The official trailer, they already released the official trailer for it. That's crazy.
Really?
So they're ready for it.
Jesus, that's
But
quick.
who knows when it's coming out. I don't know,
Yeah, yeah, it's
but
true.
I'm ready.
Right. Well, the reason I was asking what streaming service that it was on because it kind of leads into the next review and why I ended up falling or why I ended up discovering this anime. So, what I'm reviewing is an anime called Chainsmoker Cat, and it's part
Mhm.
of the illustration that I'm doing today. So, originally, I was looking for smoking behind a supermarket with you, right? Because I wanted to check it out after our last stream, and whenever I looked it up on Google, they said it was on Netflix, and I was like, okay, cool. If it's on Netflix, I'll stream it, the old-fashioned way, and plus, like I kind of like going through streaming services because you get like the HD picture and all that stuff. So, and I don't got to worry about pop-ups and all that crap. So, I went to Netflix. I looked up smoking uh, behind a supermarket with you, and I couldn't find it. But instead, Netflix brought up Chainsmoker Cat to me, right?
Wow, Netflix is on there. I mean, it's on Netflix. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I guess
But I
we're out
guess
of
that's
region
okay.
or some shit. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Wait,
Um,
what do you mean?
hmm?
What do you mean?
Well, because usually, if you're not within region for a specific anime, they will have it on Netflix, but they'll only have it for a specific region. So unless you're using a VPN and you can change what region you're watching it from, that's the only way you can access some anime,
Okay.
which is super weird. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
I think it has to deal with licensing agreements and all that other BS. But regardless, it wasn't available in my region, so it recommended Chainsmoker Cat for me instead. Now, whenever I saw the trailer that they were playing for this, I was just like, okay, it's a comedy. It looks ridiculous. Let's see what this is about, right? So I figured I'd give it an episode or two. And I think at the time, only 3 episodes were out. So I watched this thing, and I think the thing that hooked me about this anime was A, it's kind of like gross out humor. What the anime is about is that you're following a beast folk cat girl by the name of Yani, and she has a crippling addiction to nicotine. And her addiction pretty much leads her to pretty much the state of living that you find her in, which is she's poverty stricken, right? Like she can't pay any of her bills. She's constantly fiending for the next cigarette that she can score. Even like the water in her apartment doesn't run, and her apartment looks like it just looks disgusting. It looks like a hoarder's apartment, right? And the thing that hooked me is not I mean, the comedy was pretty good, but what also hooked me is that it was kind of giving like, or what I caught on to was like this um commentary on addictive personalities and the way they can disrupt your life, right? So within the world of Chainsmoker Cat, you have regular humans and then you have beast folk, and beast folk are treated kind of like the minority in this society, right? And so like they're the kind of minority within this world where it's like they get paid less than regular humans, and humans could even own them as pets, which is odd, right? It
Mhm.
feels very commentary. And so you have Yani, the main character, who suffers from her addiction. She's the older sibling of her and her sister. I believe they say like she's like 21, 22, and her younger sister is still in high school. Um, and it's interesting the way they show the dichotomy between these two characters, because Yani kind of lives her life and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks of me kind of a way, as long as she can get her fix. Whereas you have her sister that's like like working really hard to assimilate into the human world. So much so where she kind of like doesn't want to be associated with her sister a good majority of the time, because her younger sister tries not to meow whenever she talks, whereas Yani meows almost every other sentence, right? Um and I thought that was really interesting because, again, a lot of interesting parallels. And then you end up meeting these other characters within the anime where like you have one cat girl who is addicted to harder substances. Like in the anime, they actually show her like smoking weed, and it looked like shooting up heroin and smoking hookahs. And it's interesting because in the anime, like because these substances are super illegal in Japan, like she's constantly trying to make alternative explanations on what she's doing. So like whenever she's smoking weed and somebody asks her about it, she's like, "No, this is a cigarette." Or like whenever somebody catches her shooting up, she's like, "Oh, I'm giving myself a vaccine." You know, just just random ass shit like that. You have another beast folk cat girl who is addicted to alcohol, and then another one who's addicted to gaming, and all these beast folk live in like this poverty apartment, it seems like. um and so they all interact amongst each other, and pretty much it's kind of, it kind of feels like just kind of a slice of life anime with this really really fucked up premise of like poverty stricken um uh uh minorities who are addicted to substances. It's crazy. Um but it's done in a very very humorous way, and not just humorous, like this is like gross out humor, right? We're talking like she will dig cigarette butts out of trash. She'll, you know, I think at one point she used the last of her money to buy a cigarette packet, and whenever she was trying to get the cigarettes out of it, they fell out of her packet and fell into some like shit that was on the sidewalk. And then she picked the cigarettes out of the shit, saying that there's a 5 second rule, like stuff like that, right? So
Mm-hmm.
everything that I had been seeing about this anime, a lot of people were turned off by the gross humor. But you know, I grew up in a time of Ren and Stimpy, so this is nothing to me. But the humor in itself is just kind of funny. You know, they have a lot of instances of, you know, people farting in other people's face, stuff like that. Um, but I've been seeing a lot of commentary on this anime, because it's an anime that's being simulcast. So you're getting a perspective, both Western and Eastern perspectives, on this series. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention, um, the animation for this little slice of life anime, this gross out slice of life anime, is way better than it needs to be.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it and I was just like, damn, that's insane that they would put this much effort into this anime. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, like I think I think the humor is pretty funny. Whenever I was looking up the various perspectives that were coming out of it, because I was looking up like trailers on YouTube, and you started seeing this weird, um, I don't know what to call it, like a culture war that was happening surrounding this anime, where you have, how do I explain this? So I don't know if you've ever noticed, whenever people go onto YouTube and they'll pretend that they're Japanese. Have you ever run
No,
into this or noticed this before?
no.
No. So
Like they'll make videos and they'll pretend they're Japanese,
no,
or
no,
they
they'll be in the
comments.
comment section. What they'll do is they'll be in the comment section. They'll type out whatever they want to say. They'll put it through a translator, and then they'll put the Japanese, they'll put the Japanese translation into the comment section to kind of pretend like they're coming from Japan itself. Um,
Hmm.
and the reason you can always tell is because whenever you hit translate for the Japanese comment, the grammar is way too good. It's like, I know translators are good, they're not
Mm-hmm.
that good. You know what I mean? Like they don't get proper American punctuation and and grammar correct a good majority of the time. A lot of times whenever you translate actual Japanese comments, the translator will either sometimes not be able to translate some of the common colloquial sayings, or a lot of times it'll get the grammar backwards because Japanese grammar stacks on top of each other rather than what we have, right? So the easiest way to tell whether or not you're dealing with a Westerner that's trying to pose as a Japanese person is whenever you translate their Japanese comment, if the grammar is too perfect, right, or not perfect, but is too correct, I guess I should say, more than likely it's a Westerner pretending to be Japanese. Um, and so the culture war that was happening between this anime was that you had a number of people saying that, well, you shouldn't read too deep into this anime because it's mostly just about humor, and anybody who's reading too deep into this anime are just Westerners because Westerners are obsessed with social issues, right? Whereas, of course, on the other side, they're like, well, for an anime that's just trying to be funny, it sure does have to deal with a lot of social issues, particularly a minority class, poverty, and addiction, right? Like it's you got to be you kind of have to be somewhat of an idiot to not make those connections. Um and so there's a fight happening online, especially in the trailer comment section on YouTube, between these two groups of people who are, just trying to make it out, well, this is nothing more than just a humor anime. This is nothing more than, just gross out jokes. And I just got through watching the fourth episode today, and judging by the fourth episode, it's weird. Like the first three episodes, I would say this series is kind of episodic, right? Like no one episode kind of relates to the previous one outside of, just like a general slice of life, right? Like they're just showing the life of these characters, and there's really no, or at least nothing that I have noticed, there's no overarching narrative that's going on just yet, right? You're just kind of like seeing how this world works. um so outside of the first three episodes are really episodic. There's no overarching narrative, but it is kind of like exposing like this kind of impoverished life that Yani lives, whereas her sister lives more of a, she lives at home with the parents. She's still going to high school, so she's a lot more put together. And, every once in a while she'll go to her older sister's apartment to help her. But whenever she goes to her older sister's apartment, she has to wear a hazmat suit because her apartment smells like absolute trash. um, and then, uh, I think, and so up until episode 3, you're just pretty much getting a view for the world and the various characters. And then episode 4 comes around, and episode 4 is most definitely something leaning towards sexual humor throughout the entire episode. Um and so, judging it by that, you could kind of say like, yeah, this is kind of an anime where it's mostly about the humor and sex jokes and all that crap. Um, but it's being told through like a very socially conscious lens. Um, so I guess you can kind of take it either way, depending on who's viewing it. Um, but as far as like the animation for this thing, um, and the voice acting for it, for the most part, if you're not too put off by gross humor, then it's a fun watch. I'm interested to see where the anime is going to go, whether or not it's going to kind of delve deeper into, like, are we constantly just going to get like shit story after shit story after shit story of what Yani has to go through as somebody who has an addiction, or whether or not it's going to open to a larger narrative? I don't know. Um, but I did find it hilarious as hell. And I think what's interesting is that the creators for the original manga, like there's this rumor that they were just trying to stuff as much fetish stuff as they possibly can into the manga. I don't know how true that is, but I don't know. I guess I guess if you could get away with such a thing while telling it in that kind of environment is interesting. So there's a part of me that wonders like whether or not telling a humorous story is or trying to tell a humorous story through the lens of poverty and addiction, whether or not that makes this like an anime that you should stay away from, right? Because it's like that's kind of a fucked up thing to find humor in, or whether or not they're using humor as a way to kind of like like ease into these larger conversations of what it's like to live in poverty in Japan, right? And what these people experience and what a minority group would experience in these situations. And so I really don't know where to land on the anime, to tell you the truth. I really don't know whether or not it's fucked up because they're trying to find humor in poverty and addiction, or whether or not they're using humor as kind of like a soft launch into a larger story. So yeah, it was a really interesting anime. I'm not gonna lie. And I guess you could take it either or. But the animation to it and the jokes, and the potential narrative that it's trying to tell kind of hooked me into it. So that's why whenever I saw it, I was like, yeah, I kind of want to draw this. I don't know if I would recommend the anime to just anybody though. You know, it's like if you're not into like weird gross out humor, then you know, I kind of I would recommend you stay, you know, anybody who gets grossed out pretty easily, I recommend them staying away from it. If that kind of thing doesn't make you cringe at all, then by all means check it out. And I would like to get other people's perspective on it. Like, is it trying to find humor in addiction and poverty, or is it trying to display addiction and poverty in a humorous way? Like, I would like to get other people's perspective because I'm kind of stuck in between, honestly.
I mean, just because, like, not to make light of poverty or
Mhm.
anything like that, but being alive and living through different situations, you go through pretty not humorous, but really silly situations.
Mhm.
So, it, to answer your question, yes, you can just find silly situations in your uh kind of bad situation,
Oh yeah,
and
for
that's just
sure.
what it's depicting.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I saw a clip from it, and I don't know if I'll watch it just because of what I saw.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, uh, but I did see some critiques on some websites, and people calling it trash and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And that's basically what it is. It's just trash humor.
Yeah.
But there's definitely an audience for it, and people can have their own opinions. Like whatever people think is good is good. Whatever people think is not funny or bad is bad. It's
Right.
all just based on your perspective.
Mhm.
But I think what's undeniable about the show is that from what I've seen, a lot of critiques have pointed out, is that it truthfully shows how addiction can be, and that
Oh
it's
yeah.
not, and that's kind of the point of the show. Like
Yeah,
the show
definitely.
is about a character who is cripplingly addicted to smoking,
Mhm.
and that it's affected her entire lifestyle. And
Yeah.
so it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be cute.
And that was the
Um,
thing. Like that was the thing that I had noticed, right? Because you're right. It does show a very real it does show a very real depiction of addiction and what it can do in your life and how it can essentially ruin the world around you whenever you allow it to dictate every second of your life. Um and I kept thinking like there's no way a um a story like this would be told in this way if it was just for the humor, right? So that's why it kind of has me on the fence, right? A part of me is like, okay, this is trying to tell a different it's trying to dive into something different beyond like, oh, look at this cat girl. Ah, look, she's doing something disgusting or she's doing something sexy. It feels like it's trying to say more than that because why else would you be depicting it so rawly, I guess, right?
I don't think this humor is the point. I think it's just showing that it is kind of silly and
Mhm.
how shameful it can be and how gross it can be.
Yeah.
Like, and it, yeah, that just comes off as humorous because how else can you react to that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, if it's not
There's that
funny, it's sad.
other than it being horrifying, because
Mhm.
there's a thin line between horror and comedy, right?
Mhm.
Um, other than it being, sad, right?
Right.
So it's all in all, it is just, I think it's just to depict something like that. And yeah, it just comes off across as humorous because of how silly it is. Like
Yeah.
it's silly. At the bottom of it, at the end of it, it's really silly to become so addicted to something that or
Mhm. Mhm.
it makes you unable to function,
Right.
right? Like when you
Right.
think about it, that is a really that's really silly. Like
Yeah.
to let
It's
something like
definitely
that
real though.
control you. Yes, it's
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, and now you're just following this character where shenanigans ensue, uh, uh, due in part to their crippling addiction.
I
So,
see. Sage here in chat says something of a similar vein to Jimoto's Saiko, which Studio Mappa is doing. I haven't heard about that anime yet.
oh, is that the one with the little anime girls that look really cute, but they're like shooting up coke and
Oh
they
yeah, I think I
they sell
have heard
drugs?
of that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think it's the same. Yeah. So again, another really silly premise. I think it's just to catch the silliness of it because it's these cute little girls. Uh, but then you watch them like snorting cocaine and all this other stuff, and
Right.
it's yes, that's bad. Like that's fundamentally that's bad. But when you watch it, it's like, damn, this is so silly. Like
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for this.
again, another one I probably don't want to watch because I don't know, that stuff might make me sad, and I'm already sad enough as it is. I'm okay. And some of the stuff I've seen, especially from the Chainsmoker Cat one,
Mhm.
just makes me really like really grossed out. Like I don't. Oh, I can't do that. No, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, it kind of
I'm
reminds
okay.
me of a show. I don't think this show is on anymore, but you can still catch it on Prime or something to that degree called Shameless, where it kind of shows like this impoverished family and what they have to go through and all their trials and tribulations, and it has a dramatic feel to it, but it shows a lot of it through humor. And yeah, it kind of feels like the same thing where, you're witnessing what objectively is a terrible thing, but it's like kind of like easing you into like this um it kind of eases you into a widening your perspective through humor. Um,
Mhm.
but again, it's like I said, if you're not into any kind of gross out humor, then yeah, I think I
Maybe
think
skip
you should
this one.
yeah, I think you should sit this anime out if you're not into it.
Who's
I
the animation studio, do you know?
so the animation is uh it's Bibury. Beebury? Beebury Animation?
Mm.
Um they are I don't know anything about this studio. Um let me see here. It is a Japanese animation studio. Let me see what they've done beforehand. See if there's anything that I would recognize. They worked on season 2 of Quintessential Quintuplets. Do you know
Ugh.
anything about that?
Yeah, I do.
um, they worked on season 1 of the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You.
Oh, okay, so they worked on all the really weird stuff, okay.
Yeah, that's what it's looking
Pretty
like.
much pretty much in
They
line with the
they
list.
they worked on Witch
Cool, I
Watch.
guess. Oh, man.
It looks
Oh,
like
Witch
they're
Watch,
into
the animation is so good,
the
but
animation
the
is really
story is
good,
really
man.
the animation for Witch Watch, especially the opening of that one, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, peak. Oh, so cute. Love it. The story is actually kind of boring.
Oh,
Don't
really?
I Yes, I oh, and it's so sad because the main character is a witch. That's like my whole thing, right? But
Right.
she's so wholesome and cute, and she has a crush on her childhood friend, and that's so cute. And
Mhm.
I really wanted to love it because the animation is amazing. The studio, ah, why are you doing all the weird stuff, man? Your animation is so good,
The
but
properties they pick, man.
it's actually really amazing, and why I
They're
mean, whatever
talented
floats your boat,
they're
a
talented people, man.
as long as you're having fun, I guess.
Yeah.
Good job. But
I
yeah,
think
Witch
I've only
Watch
seen
can't
a couple of episodes of that 100 Girlfriends anime.
I can't. Like, I don't understand. But yeah, I can't recommend Witch Watch. That one's kind of disappointing.
Oh, man.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah, so that's I watched it. I'm not gonna
It's
lie, I
only
think
4 episodes in?
it's only 4 episodes in. I might still watch it just to see where they narratively take it, because I kind
I
of want to
mean,
see.
okay, so
Mhm.
are you just grippling with the, I guess, guilt that you have from finding it humorous?
No,
Or
no, I'm grappling with the story because the
wondering if
humor.
there's more to it?
Yeah, because the
Mm,
thing is, the humor. I mean, it's fine with me. I don't. Gross out humor, and sexual humor, that's kind of like par of the course for most things that I grew up with. So it doesn't, it's not, and thankfully it doesn't have to deal with anybody like high school kids and all like that. It's actual adults. So I was like, okay, like it's, you know, I really don't have a problem with, gross out humor and sexual humor as long as it's consensual and it's not weird. The animation's also really good, which is another aspect where I say, okay, that's enough to keep me around. I think the thing that has me in a vice grip right now is wanting to see what the story's about, right? Because if the
mhm.
story is going the way I think it's going, then I kind of see it as like this sleeper hit, right? Because if you're able to give me good animation and a entertaining time while I watch it, and if you're still able to or gut punch me with a story that's kind of examining how a society like Japan deals with poverty and addiction and how they deal with mental health. right? Because
Mhm.
with a lot of these characters, a lot of them have mental health issues, and mental health in Japan, just like, honestly, with any with any of our brown societies, they're not so great with mental health. they're they're not so great at acknowledging it and having good ways of dealing with it. And Japan is also part of that group that's just not very good at dealing with mental health and treating it properly. So
Mm.
if this is an anime that kind of flirts with the idea of what mental health can do to an individual, then that's kind of awesome. Sure, it's doing it in the most gross out vehicle ever, but it kind of feels punk rock, which is
Mhm.
kind of dumb to say, but it feels rebellious and it feels like, hey, we're going to talk about mental health and addiction because my society doesn't like addressing it and it needs to be addressed. And fuck them, and we're going to do it in the most gross out way possible. Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking sign me up, like I ain't gonna lie. That hooks me. If it doesn't go down that route, and if we're just looking at just a generic, you know, generic kind of panty and stockings type of anime, then at that point, I just may end up either being really disappointed or dropping it altogether.
Mhm.
So yeah, it really just depends on where the story is going. And I think that is what is holding my attention so far.
I mean, I think even if it doesn't go that way story-wise, I think
Hmm.
just depicting it i- is kind of helping
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if people because what it's doing and what art does is it holds a mirror up,
Hmm.
and if you somehow manage to see yourself in that mirror, in this property, it kind of makes you start to like reevaluate your situation.
Yeah, it
It's just
opens
like,
the
oh damn,
conversation.
this
You know.
yeah, it's like, oh
Yeah.
damn, this lady is kind of crazy and her living situation is kind of gross, but then it's just like that kind of feels familiar.
Yeah.
And then you look
Yeah.
around and you're like, oh wait, that's me. Like that,
Hmm.
oh damn,
Yeah.
like
And it's interesting to be coming from a society that people see as being so sanitized. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like
yeah.
whenever people talk about Japan and whenever they're talking about Japanese culture, it's extremely sanitized a good majority of the time, right? Like nobody talks about, the crime underbelly, nobody really gets into like the things that plague all societies. Granted, on in Japan's level, it's much smaller, thankfully, and good on them, of course. Like, their crime rates are really low and their of course there's other crimes besides violent crime, right? Sexual crimes are extremely high over there.
Yeah.
But I think the reason that kind of or the thing that kind of hooked me in about this anime is that it is kind of opening the conversation to that, and it's kind of giving you this unsanitized version of Japanese society that's never really talked about, and if anything, it's openly ignored, right? And I think that's kind of the commentary that the anime is giving whenever they show Yani's sister, who is a beast folk, a cat girl who's trying to assimilate into Japanese culture and like downright trying to ignore who she or where she comes from culturally, right?
Mm.
And then as you know minorities ourselves, right? Whenever we see that in a property, we know people like that, right? Or we may be like that ourselves. Who knows, right? And so it's one of those things. Like, I think it touches on a lot of good subjects, and and if the story is able to kind of like thread this needle, it could be really impactful and it could be really interesting and it could be like my sleeper hit of the year, right? But again, like I said, we're only at episode 4 and episode 4 was like chock full of sex jokes. So so I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go, but I kind of want to see what happens. So yeah, I'm gonna keep watching it. I don't know. Like I said, the animation is amazing. Um, the world building on it is really really interesting, and the themes that they're playing around with is really thought provoking. But I don't know if I would recommend this anime to just anybody. You know,
Mhm.
it's an acquired taste. Like, I,
Oh yeah, no, that's if you can't handle um panty and stocking,
yeah,
you can't
exactly.
handle this one.
Exactly, yeah.
Just letting y'all know.
Yeah, if you
So
can't handle
keep that in
panty and
mind.
stocking,
And
don't try this one.
I think I don't want to say that it's tamer in comparison panty and stocking to this one.
I
I
don't
think
know,
it's
cause
just
panty
because
and
of the
stocking.
animation style. I think
Yeah,
because Panty and Stocking has a lot of crude
they
humor,
show a
but
lot more on panty and
I
stocking than
I
this.
think it I think it dampens it because of how cute the
Yeah,
characters look.
yeah, they
So
all look cutesy unless they do like those hyper detailed scenes where they actually make
I
them look
don't
like.
I don't know. Okay, so like I only watched a clip of the
Mhm.
Chainsmoker Cat,
Yeah.
so I don't know how they didn't show anything, right? Um
No, no, there's no
They don't
kind
show anything,
of.
it's a lot of heavy implication,
Yeah, there's no ecchi. Well, okay, so like there's like maybe
so it's
one scene where you get side boob, um, but there's no
but
ecchi,
they
right?
kinda well, yeah, so I'm thinking about it just the one clip.
Mm-hmm.
It does even though they don't show it
Yeah.
explicitly what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
it's very obvious what they're doing. Like,
Yeah, yeah, they're flirting
like, it
around with the
there's
idea.
an over shoulder shot or, like,
Mm-hmm.
silhouettes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Same thing as panty and stocking. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, actually, if you guys can't handle panty and stocking, don't watch this one. Like,
Although I would still say panty and stockings worse for sure.
worse? Really?
Or
That's
as far as
crazy.
like the sexual themes, yeah, a lot worse.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I
The characters are named Panty and Stocking for crying out loud.
yeah,
What more do you
there's a
want?
lot
Like,
more fetishization in panty and stocking than there is here. Like there's in this anime, there's a lot more gross humor than there is sexual humor. And any kind of sexual humor that they do show in this anime, it's like subverted almost instantly by something gross. So it's almost like
mhm.
they show you something sexual and they're like, "Psych, it's really nasty, by the way."
Like, there's throw up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, "Oh,
Ew.
here's like a cute here's like a scene where, you know, the one of the characters gets to see her bare ass. Oh yeah, by the way, she farts on him in order to get him to knock out." Right? It's like stuff like
Jesus.
that.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
thanks. But, tell me how it goes.
It's kind of the thing that I'm trying to capture in my drawing. Like I wanted to, so I ended up, you know, scouring a couple of social media sites to find like really crude poses that from cosplayers and models, right? And then I'm turning that into a fart joke. Just to kind of capture what this anime is really like. But yeah, it's really interesting. It could go either way, and I kind of want to see where it goes. Is it gonna lean a little bit heavier into the commentary side, or is it gonna lean just as heavy into the humor side. And if it constantly goes back and forth between both, it just may be it. I would at that point I would put it above Panty and Stocking. Like it would it would be a better anime because of it. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm only on episode 4 so far, and this is a weekly release. Let's see. So let's go into the other review of something that we saw this past week, which was the trailer to Doomsday. Cause my God, man. What
Yeah, I
was
was watching it. I was
mm-hmm.
watching it at work,
Yeah.
on my lunch break because I was like, "Oh my gosh, they released it."
Yeah.
And so I'm
I
watching it
freaked.
while I'm eating, and then I see Gambit pop up on screen, and I just quietly like just you know how you when you see something shocking, you like
Uh-huh.
open your mouth like, you
Yeah.
know? That was me at lunch. Like I just like
Like,
but all
yes.
quiet. So I was just
Yes.
quietly like just
Mm-hmm.
internally screaming while I saw Gambit
Oh,
on
dude,
screen.
I
I was
saw
like, "Oh
people
my god,
online
it's
losing
Gambit."
their minds because whenever he does that slam attack with his bow, and
So cool. So
people were
cool. She's
relating
like,
it to his Marvel
"Ah."
rivals.
Yeah, so cool. I don't know how they're gonna like show him come because it's well, I'm guessing it's a variant of the
So,
one that's stuck
uh,
in the
okay,
one place in Loki,
right, the
but
void. Um,
yeah.
so this is the exact same Gambit that was in
Okay.
Deadpool and Wolverine. At the end of Deadpool and Wolverine, they show a portal opening for Gambit in like a deleted scene. So this is
It's a
the Gambit
deleted
that we saw.
scene.
Yes, it was in a deleted
That's
scene.
why.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have to go watch that deleted scene because I was so confused because I was like, how did you get out of there?
They kind
How
of
did you
show it. So
do that?
at the end of Deadpool and Wolverine, they show it on a screen at the TVA of him seeing this portal.
Escaping?
Yeah, and escaping the void. And then later on, it was released with the Blu-ray, which is why I love physical media. It was released with the Blu-ray, the deleted scene. And I'm pretty sure you
Oh.
can find the deleted scene on YouTube or something. But
Oh, it's online right now.
yeah, the deleted scene where this portal kind of opens up in front of him, and you can only see the portal through the reflection of his eyes, and then he goes. Everyone assumes that he goes through it because it's Deadpool Wolverine kind of saving him. Um, but yeah, it's supposed to be the same Gambit. And pretty much all the X-Men that you see in the trailer, they're all the X-Men from the Fox X-Men universe. So they consider it Earth. Let's see, the designation is Earth 10005.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, all the X-Men that you're gonna see: Professor X, Magneto, Mystique, Nightcrawler, Cyclops. They haven't confirmed whether or not Wolverine and Deadpool's in this movie. Um,
Which is weird.
yeah, which is weird because if we're getting Gambit, I'm assuming we're
By
getting
this
the other
time
two.
now, they should
Yeah,
be in
but
here.
again, this is Marvel, right? So they don't always show everything in their trailers. So this could be one of those things like we'll see them later on. They're either saving the reveal for Deadpool and Wolverine for this movie or for Secret Wars, but we know they're taking part in one of those two movies. Um, but I wanted to ask you. So in the first couple of seconds of the trailer, you hear Victor Von Doom for the first time, which is
Mhm.
Robert Downey Jr., of course. What do you think of his accent? Did you notice his accent at all?
Yeah, so he does have an accent, so it's very clearly showing that he's because he's from a place called Latveria, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So so this one, if it's a variant of Tony Stark, if not,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
showing either way that this guy grew up in
Yeah,
in Latveria
in
because he
Eastern
has an
Europe.
accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Latveria is supposed to be like somewhere. It's a fictional place, but it's supposed to be like somewhere around like Romania, Eastern Europe, around that area.
Mm.
So yeah, whenever whenever I heard his accent, dude, I was like, why the hell does Victor Von Doom sound like Dracula from Nosferatu?
Is that not how he's supposed to sound
No,
like?
no, no. Actually, in all honesty, it's probably the truest accent Robert Downey Jr. could go with. Because a lot of times in a lot of properties, whenever somebody would play Doom, they would just give him like a generic American theater voice. I guess that's the way you should consider it, or they'd give him kind of like an English voice. But if he's coming out of Eastern Europe, he ain't gonna have an American or English accent. He's gonna very much have like that Count Dracula accent. but,
Yeah.
but whenever I kept hearing the accent, dude, I kept thinking of that stupid meme from Nosferatu, where where it's sort of like, did you ever see that meme? Do you know how he sounds in Nosferatu? The I think the movie came out last year or 2024. I think. Do
Oh,
you
the one
remember
with the
with
um
Will Defoe and
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
yeah, the guy who like talks kind of weird, like
Yeah, yeah, he talks really low.
kind
So
of
there was,
low.
yeah, he's like, it reminds me
And
of
what
that.
what's a line that he says? He's just like, and he rolls his R's.
Yeah, he rose his R's, but there
You are
was
the
there was a
mine.
meme going around. There was a meme going around. He's like, "You must bounce on it,
Oh
crazy
my,
style."
that's awful.
me, me and my gaming buddies would say that all the freaking time, dude. And then whenever I heard Robert Downey Jr.'s accent, that was the first thing that popped into my head. I
That's
swear,
funny.
that was like a stim for me for like fucking 2 weeks straight.
But that's not how he sounds like, right? Like that's
No,
not.
no, no. He's got more.
Yeah.
He definitely has an Eastern European accent, but it honestly, like I said, it's probably like one of the best renditions of Victor Von Doom that I've come across. Like it's crazy. Yeah, well, it's a good choice for an actor to make. You know what I mean? Like it feels like every actor that has come beforehand have kind of like were a little lazy about it, in the way that they were depicting Von Doom. And it looks like Robert Downey's going the whole freaking 9 yards. He's gonna be sure he gets down he gets this accent down right, or the character down right. But oh man, that trailer. Like I loved how they kind of showed what the incursion was gonna look like. Like you remember that scene where like Professor X is looking out the window and there's like this like flashbang coming out of the sky. I
Mhm.
think that's the incursion. So essentially what I think this movie is about is that you have the X-Men universe, the Fantastic Four universe, and then the Avengers universe that we know. Those three universes are colliding with each other.
Yeah.
And that's why the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and the Avengers are essentially got to figure out how to stop the incursion from happening. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, um, being able to see like hints of the incursion, like I kind of wonder how they're going to represent it, because in the comics they represented it as Earths colliding, right? Whereas in the movies what it's supposed to be is supposed to be these reality branches colliding with each other. um but dude, I'm so excited for this movie, and just the costuming that's coming. Have you seen any of the costumes that are coming out of the convention?
I only saw one where it was some witches' capes,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
cool. Um, which means Agatha? Is
You
Agatha
know,
gonna be in
I've
it?
seen that
That'd be
theory
really cool.
that maybe like Scarlet Witch, possibly from a different from a different universe. I
Hmm.
don't know. Like it wouldn't surprise me. Like let me pull up one of the images of the witches themselves. Let's see, I have it right here. Um Here, this is what the witches look like. I'm pulling it up on stream right now.
Yeah, that's the one I saw at the from the convention.
Yeah.
And they said that there were different colors, so
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Well, I was confused on whether or not it was different colors or if that was like an AI image. I don't know. Like I hope it wasn't
oh.
an AI image because I've only seen the green ones. Um,
Hmm.
but they've also released the costume of Doom. Pull him up right here. This is Doom's costume that they were showing at the convention. It looks amazing. Thankfully,
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. At his age, he didn't have to bulk up too much for this. I think the costume is going to be doing the good majority of the work.
Yeah, because he's, he's a little aged.
Yeah, he's a little aged at this point. But dude, the source accurate costumes that have been coming out of this convention is nuts, dude. Here, this is Gambit's costume that I saw online. There we
Yeah.
go. Dude, they are sticking so close to being comics accurate. I'm so excited for this. You have no idea.
Yeah, his costume was really good in
Oh yeah.
Deadpool.
I like
I
that
don't know
they
why
got the
he has
lapel
a
correct.
headpiece. Yeah, I don't
Well,
know why he has that headpiece that wraps around his head, but
he's always had that in the comics.
yeah, but there has to be a reason why he wears it, right? Like no one else
I
wears it
don't know. You know, to tell you the truth,
because
I kind of
it's an
always took it
interesting fashion.
as being kind of like a ski cap, kind of like
Yeah, but
because
it
he
doesn't cover
mhm.
his hair
Yeah, it doesn't cover his hair or his face. Maybe they
or
just
his
did it that
mouth.
way because it looked cool.
It's
I
an
don't know.
interesting, like it's very it and I'm specifically drawing the well, yeah, even this one. Like it
Hmm.
doesn't even cover his ears.
No, it
Like
doesn't cover his ears, his
yeah.
face.
So what
All it
is
covers is like his
the
cheek, or like it outlines his cheekbones and it gives him kind of a
doesn't
bandana
hide your
look.
identity like Gambit. You're doing it the
Hmm.
wrong way. Like you wanted to hide your face, you have to
He's the king of
cut
thieves,
the
man. I
holes
don't know.
the other way. Like not
But
that
the
I'm
thing is,
complaining, but
yeah, I've always liked his design as a kid. Like I remember seeing Jim Lee's first depiction of Gambit, and I've always thought it was cool looking. I
it's very unique, yeah.
Yeah, I could not tell you why he has the face guard outside of maybe to take punches. I don't know. It doesn't have anything to do with his power set, that's for sure.
Just aesthetic. Just
Hmm.
for the looks,
Yeah, I just
guys.
think it's for the aesthetics, man.
More focus on his face.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like blinders.
Frame out that pretty boy face a bit, right? Rogue's got to have something to look at. Oh, and then the comic accurate Cyclops suit too. Damn it, man! Freaking
Yeah, that
Marvel is
one's
doing it
really good.
right. I've
Which
been
is, yeah,
loving
a
it so
breath of
far.
fresh air because it's kind of annoying to see, like, especially characters like Scarlet Witch,
Mm-hmm.
where I mean, I kind of like it from a fashion standpoint
Yeah.
that they emulate the characters look through a more fashion forward kind of modern aesthetic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm glad that they kind of brought more of her costume out
Yeah.
during
Yeah.
what was it?
Oh,
WandaVision?
yeah,
Is that when she
WandaVision.
gets her, or was it Doctor Strange when she gets her
It
final
was
outfit?
oh, it was in
Which one was it?
WandaVision. It was in
Okay.
WandaVision. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Whenever
it's
she
that's a
gets
really
her
good
comics accurate suit.
with the crown.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
With the crown.
she gets like not the Halloween one, but like
No, no,
the
no.
final one.
Although the Halloween one was pretty close too, but no, not
Well,
that
that one
one.
was just straight up. That one's just straight up her comic book outfit.
Exactly.
I, yeah,
But I
but
like the
obviously, you can't
interpretation.
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't go walking around.
And
I mean,
then
you could, but you're really silly looking.
right. And then I also found this photograph where they were showing a sentinel head. And hopefully I am assuming that means they're going to do something with sentinels whenever they're depicting the X-Men
Sentinel?
in the movie. Yeah, sentinels,
Oh,
the gigantic humanoid machines and robots that would hunt down mutants.
huh?
Mhm. So in the X-Men universe, there is this engineer or roboticist named Trask, who was part of this anti-mutant organization that built these robots to hunt down mutants and detain them, and a good majority of the time kill them, in order to put them into camps. And so this is what those sentinels look like, essentially. And actually the sentinel head that they have here, super comic accurate too, which is
Wow.
which is interesting because so that that Wolverine game that's coming out on the PS5 soon,
Hmm.
they have their own version of the Sentinel, and it looks a little bit different. So that's how that Sentinel looks. So they kind of strayed a little bit away from the source material. But oh my god,
Mm.
that new Wolverine game looks badass as well.
Do you think they're gonna do anything with the Eternals? Remember that movie?
I would I would love for them to do something with the Eternals. Pretty much all the actors that were in that movie, none of them have confirmed anything happening, and a lot of them talk as if like that franchise is dead. Um,
Well, did it do good? I don't think it did
I
pretty
think
good, did it?
I don't know, man. I think I'm one of the rare few that really liked the Eternals for what it was.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I really like the Eternals. I like the a lot of people claim that the Eternals was a little bit slow. Um and I didn't really think so. I thought like the costuming, the power sets, the story was fun to follow along, and then we also got like this galactic story as well. So I thought it was a pretty good movie, and I really wish they would do something more with those characters, especially now that we're introducing the X-Men. Cause oh, dude, there's this story in the comics. All right, so there's a story called Avengers versus the X-Men versus the Eternals, right?
Wow.
And so as you know, the Eternals are kind of like the protectors for the celestial that was growing inside the center of the earth, right? Which is pretty much what we saw in the Eternals movie. Um and soon they become a kind of like a team that kind of protected Earth from galactic threats, right? Like whenever Galactus would come around, whenever any of the Beyonders would come around, or any of the Celestials, the Eternals was the team that they would have to go up against, right? Um,
Mm.
and the Eternals also protected Earth from these creatures that lived underneath Earth's surface, that were like that were like cousins to the human race, but these creatures were like ridiculously overpowered. So the Eternals constantly tried to keep their numbers from them populating too much, because otherwise they would destroy humans on Earth, right? Well, at one point in the X-Men timeline, um, the X-Men figured out how to essentially become immortal, right? During their Krakoa era. And because they figured out a way to be immortal or live forever, they kind of became a threat to the human race, right? Because humans can't live forever. And this ended up causing a war between the Eternals, the X-Men, and the Avengers got into the fight too, because the Avengers are trying to protect pretty much anybody who was on planet Earth. And it ends up becoming this huge battle. And oh man, now that we're getting the X-Men, if we could get even a little bit close to that storyline, I'm freaking down, dude. Like, I want to see that. But I don't know. I don't know if you would be able to get any of the actors to come back after the first movie, because it seems of it as if like Salma Hayek, um, what's his name, Kamal Memjani, I believe that's his name. Um, they're talking about they don't know if they're ever going to be coming back. There's a lot of actors. Unfortunately, Eternals was considered a flop to a lot of the general audience. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I it's like it's like Mark said in chat. He could not tell anything that happened. He could not tell us anything that happened in the Eternals. Yeah, as like I said, like unless w- the other thing that I really like about the Eternals is that they essentially in the movie they kind of hint at that they are the reasons why humanity have mythological figures and mythological stories, was because they witnessed the Eternals at some point in their power sets. So they're like the basis to, God's humans ended up creating as time went on. And that's just a really cool. I always thought it was a really cool concept. But again, like it was kind of a commercial flop. I don't think very many people enjoyed it at all,
Mm.
except for me and a few others. See, Mark also says he wants to, dude, I just want Moon Knight to do something. Yes, dude. Which that's the other thing that's recently come out of San Diego Comic Con is that tomorrow is the Marvel Studios panel in Hall H, and they're talking about they might be talking about Midnight Suns that Moon Knight is possibly going to be a part of, as well as Blade, uh, Doctor Strange. Um, Man, they could kind of rope a lot of people into this, because in the comics, I think Punisher's been a part of it. Magic's been a part of it. Wolverine's been a part of it. Like, you can do a lot of crazy stuff with the Midnight Suns movie. But essentially, Midnight Suns is kind of like a supernatural story, or a supernatural superhero team within the Marvel universe. So if they decide to do Midnight Suns, or if they reveal anything about it, I'm fucking down, because then you can bring Moon Knight back. Because, dude, I really want them to do something with Moon Knight too. Like, Oscar Isaac was
Yeah.
so good in that
It was such a
series.
good show too.
Super
Like
good, man.
the mystery that was behind it,
I
like
know. I know. But for some reason,
why?
I don't. Well,
Why?
because and this is my thing. This is what I think happened. Right? Disney Plus came out, and Disney was hungry for shows on their brand new streaming platform. So they came up to their cash cow, which is Marvel, and they're like, create as many properties as you possibly can, right? And Marvel was like, bet, I got you. Let's do this. Because Marvel has a shit ton of characters, right? Like, you can never make enough Marvel movies to even give you a fraction of the amount of characters that Marvel has in their back pocket. And so Marvel started creating these TV shows, which a lot of them were super good. I mean, that's how we got the WandaVision. That's how we got Agatha All Along. That's how we got, Moon Knight. And that's how we got uh, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And that, I mean, we got Werewolf by Midnight. So many good shows. But then like because Marvel was putting out all these TV shows as well as movies, they were starting to get spread too thin, right? Like you remember hearing about like the special effect artists were being spread too thin or not being paid enough, and they were using a lot of contractors. And this was around the time that people started complaining about the graphics that were coming in, like Ant-Man or Ant-Man Quantumania, and all this stuff. And then that's where the meme of Marvel having bad graphics started coming from. Like, oh man, even She-Hulk came out during this time, which is another favorite of mine. Like there were so many, so Disney was trying to squeeze as much as possible out of Marvel, and there was a lot of gems that came out of all that content that was coming out of Marvel Studios. And then like the market got oversaturated. People started to complain about like, oh, I hate that I have to watch 10 shows and 3 movies in order to understand what's happening in the next Marvel movie, because all these TV series and all of it connected in some form or fashion, right? So like you could get deeper context into certain things that were happening in the movies if you were watching some of the TV shows. Um and because there was this oversaturation that was happening, people started dropping off, and that's whenever like the MCU hate started up. I don't know if anybody had ever noticed like how much like hate that was going towards the MCU for a while, like even kind of still today, where everybody was talking about like MCU was washed and everything else in between. That's pretty much where that came from, because people could no longer keep up with the amount of shows and movies that were coming out at the same time. And some of the shows were flops, like Secret Invasion was really terrible. And so Moon Knight was part of that push, and whenever Marvel had to course correct, right? Because it was getting some poor reviews on some of the shows, it was getting some poor reviews on some of the movies. And I think like Doomsday and Secret Wars is like really their ultimate course correct for their universe, right? Because both Doomsday and Secret Wars is supposed to be like where, and I'll probably go to this later because Kevin Feige recently had an interview where he kind of explains what these two Avenger movies were doing, right? Essentially. But yeah, Moon Knight kind of got lost in that shuffle. There was so much content coming out from the MCU that, you know, not enough people saw Moon Knight, and now we really don't know what they're going to be doing with a lot of those characters. We don't know what they're going to be doing with She-Hulk. We don't know what they're going to be doing with Moon Knight. Let's see who else fell through the cracks. Werewolf by Midnight. We have no idea. Um, Nobody knows what happened to Nick Fury after Secret Invasion, right? Like we're all kind of in the dark on what's happening there. Like what happened to Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel. Like there's a lot of these dangling plot lines from this kind of oversaturation phase. That that's the reason why a lot of these characters are kind of left dangling. Hell, even Blade is part of that, right? Like Blade was kind of introduced at the end of the Eternals movie. He was there at the end credit scene. You could even hear his
Oh man.
voice. Yeah. And to this day, um, Kevin Feige has been on record as saying that he's still upset. What did he say? He said he feels like a loser that he hasn't been able to get that movie off the ground yet. So yeah, yeah. But so that leads me into just before Mark said, "There's only one blade, and there will only ever be gonna be one blade." that's that's what Wesley Snipe thinks. But that leads me to Kevin Feige did have an interview whenever he was visiting China for their what was it called? Billy World Expo, and he was talking about Avengers Doomsday as well as Avengers Secret Wars. And essentially, what he was saying is that Doomsday and Secret Wars is pretty much going to be introducing a brand new universe that's going to be easier for audiences to follow. So that's what I meant by Marvel is trying to kind of like course correct and reset everything. Um, let's see. Kevin Feige said that it will establish a streamlined, simplified, single universe that's easier for audiences to follow. Some aspects will feel familiar, but many things will be entirely new. Um, let's see. So it could be essentially what this is alluding to is that we could possibly be getting new actors for old roles. Um, yeah. Mark's asking if I ever watched Ironheart. Yeah, I did. I did watch. I kept up with all the Marvel TV series, all of them. I don't. Ironheart was. I don't know. I wouldn't say that Ironheart was a bad show. Um, I think it was interesting that they introduced Mephisto. And I like Sasha Baron Cohen as being Mephisto. I think he played a really good. Um, I think he can play that kind of devilish, deal making entity, and I hope they use that character more. Um, Especially since we haven't seen him since Ironheart, and he technically is supposed to play, or I say this because in the comics he plays a big role in Spider-Man One More Day. I don't think he's going to be playing that kind of role in the movie, but it'd be cool if he did. I wouldn't hate if he did. um, but yeah, Ironheart wasn't bad. I just think, and actually, I think Ironheart had a pretty good character story within it. But I think if Ironheart kind of felt disjointed because it alludes to other universes like the Wakandan storyline, and unless they kind of rope her into the movies, it just kind of feels disjointed from the rest of the MCU. Because I mean, like, she was one of the characters. Well, actually, Mark is asking, isn't Mephisto also involved in the Ghost Rider comics? So there's a difference in the comics. There's a difference between the devil and Mephisto. Mephisto is a form of a devil. He's kind of like the devil of the MCU, but in the MCU there's multiple rulers in the realm of hell. So he's just one of the rulers, I guess I should say. I think he might. I don't know if he's the one that makes the contract with Daredevil though. I know he definitely makes a contract with various other characters throughout the years. Like I said, like he made a contract with Spider-Man. But yeah, he's always kind of been like this background player that has manipulated characters here and there. But Kevin Feige went on to say, going back to what we mentioned earlier about attracting young people and connecting with the new generation of audiences, that's exactly what the next universe will be about. And fundamentally, the X-Men will be at its core. Acquiring the X-Men rights isn't just about, for example, Wolverine is an outstanding character and we're able to team up with Deadpool, which is great, but X-Men is far more than just Wolverine, far more than the original team. Fundamentally, it's a universe, a multi-stage saga. Much of it is what we're working towards. Um so yeah, the next two Avengers movies, from what Kevin Feige is saying, is gonna be kind of a soft reboot for the entire MCU. So it makes it since it's a soft reboot, I think they could bring back characters like Scarlet Witch and Moon Knight, and they can bring in pretty much all these characters that we have seen there that were kind of left behind through the TV series, or kind of the loose ends that we've seen in some of the movies in the multiverse saga. But for the most part, it's starting brand new. And according to Kevin Feige, he says um, that we were just in Marvel Studios meeting room planning movies all the way up to 2042. So they're planning for a shit ton more movies. And like I said, they have enough characters for it, man. And then he also made a comment about a live action Miles Morales is even possible in this new universe. So I don't know. I'm I am I am so I am anticipating what's going to be coming, not only from the new Spider-Man movie, which of course everyone still doesn't know who City Sink's going to be yet. I think they're playing with the idea that nobody really knows at the moment. And then what's going to be happening for Doomsday, man. Like everything that's coming out of Comic-Con just sounds freaking amazing. Um let's see here. Oh, I wanted to ask you, the other thing that was recently released, Lily, did you see the trailer for Avatar Seven Havens?
Seven Havens. Yeah, I did. I'm reserving judgment right now.
Mhm.
Um, I the animation is different.
Yeah, I noticed that
The
too.
style, yeah, the style is different. It's
Mhm.
more like that one show that recently came out looks like She-Ra. I think that's
Oh yeah,
the name
She-Ra.
of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so
Mhm.
that's the style that it looks like it's emulating,
Mhm.
more like that rather than the Avatar verse, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's a
It's not,
choice.
yeah, it's not bad, but it's
Right.
definitely not. It doesn't. It kind of doesn't feel like Avatar, and then like from what I've seen with the bending, it does feel a little stiff, but um
Yeah, I had
I'm
noticed that the
hopeful.
yeah, I had noticed like the frame rates for the animation seemed a lot lower. It's not as fluid as I'm used to
Yeah.
with the Avatar series. Um I don't know if this is because I'm assuming Avatar Studios are going through the same production houses. Um I'd be but at this point, right? We've had this discussion a number of times at this point, right? Like I don't know how much production houses really matter whenever it comes down to animation style anymore, right? Like I think that a lot of the times animation style really comes down to whoever is directing the series and what they're looking to get out of the property. So I mean, this is coming from the same creators. I don't think there's any the showrunners are any different. But yeah, it definitely looks different. The story is really it sounds really interesting though.
Yeah, twin. twin benders,
Mm-hmm.
twin avatars.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know too much about it. I just found it interesting that Korra was depicted and that um like throughout the years I have been trying to look at Korra more sympathetically just
Mm-hmm.
because like when Legend of Korra came out it was very messy because
Yeah.
she, the the studio wasn't greenlit for that many seasons. It was only greenlit initially for season 1, so it was supposed to just end there. But then it became, obviously, as Avatar does, it becomes popular. So
Yeah.
they were
Yeah, of
like, okay,
course.
we're going to greenlit a second season. And then they were like, but you're only getting that. And then that became popular. And then they're like, no, wait, you get greenlit for a third season. So
Mm-hmm.
it's it became very messy and they didn't know where the story was going to go because they didn't anticipate the story going that far.
Yeah.
So, um, and it you can definitely feel that when you watch it. And yeah, like I remember watching it and not really liking it because of how they wrote all the characters and obviously n- you know coming to terms with that is just realizing more they weren't allowed that time to help flesh them out properly.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Mm-hmm.
so you have to give them grace. And then also like you have to look at Korra as a different entity than, like Aang. Like
Yeah.
she's going to be a different avatar.
Mm-hmm.
She's a teenage almost adult woman who
Yeah.
is, you know, um who is a woman as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to a little boy,
Yeah.
who deals with her own types of problems and this and that, and they're also in a different world where the politics are different as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, you kind of have to give grace and be like, yeah, she's a young woman, just a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
um, dealing with all of this crazy shit. Like,
Right.
obviously, she's gonna mess up, Like,
Yeah.
Aang messed up plenty of times.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
it's,
I remember
mm,
whenever I saw The Legend of Korra, I ended up really liking the series because of this idea that it explored the spirit world a bit more.
yeah,
Um and she was struggling with this idea of merging the world and the spirit world together. But in trying to do so, she kind of like unleashed this cataclysmic event. And I think it's really interesting that in this new series, because of what she did, she's kind of seen as being like a bad guy. Um,
yeah. That's where I was going with it. That
yeah.
they that us trying to like give Korra some grace and
Mm-hmm.
like she's not all that bad, she's a good avatar and this
Yeah.
and that. Seven Haven come out and they're like, no, actually Korra was a bad avatar. She she
Well, the thing is, but I'm wondering whether or not it's like if that's just a perception of her, or whether or not
yeah,
like the
exactly.
show's trying to say objectively she was just a bad person, because she wasn't a bad person. She
Mhm.
sure she was a bit arrogant in what she thought she could do, but ultimately it was kind of like um she just made a bad decision, and then
Yeah.
yeah, and just kind of threw off the balance.
But I
um
mean like it could be a improper depiction of her, maybe like a
mhm,
spirit
yeah,
or like the spirit world is still angry with her decision and what she
yeah,
did. So that's like a spiritual embodiment of her. Like that's not actually her, but that's
yeah,
just how
yeah.
the spirit world depicts her. Like she's just this scary, angry, um, stubborn person that they don't really like. So that's how they depict her, and
Right.
that's what you see when you know
Whatever
the
they
new
showed her in the
characters are
trailer.
coming. Yeah, but who knows? I don't know. Like, it'll be interesting to see. Um,
Now,
yeah, I
one of
think.
one of the
Hmm.
things I wanted to bring up, because as I was looking up this trailer, and the news that was surrounding it is that Paramount Plus, they're going to be releasing it on October 29th, but they're
Hmm.
releasing all 26 episodes on the 29th.
Wow,
Now,
really? That's
yeah.
crazy.
Now here's the thing. Whenever I hear about a studio dumping an entire series at one time, that's never a good sign.
Hmm.
That's never like it reminds me of whenever Marvel released Echo, right? Now, mind you, Echo was being released not only on Disney Plus, but it was also being released on Hulu, and it had close ties to Daredevil and the Kingpin, right? Like both Daredevil and Kingpin appeared in this show, and it was kind of like introducing a brand new hero. But Marvel dumps this show one the moment it was released, you had access to all of the shows so you can binge it. um Almost, and the reason I think that it's a negative action for a studio to take is because doing that, does it keep the conversation going for people who are watching, right? A lot of times, whenever you dump all the episodes at one time, it kills the ability for a show to live beyond the initial release date, right? Because whenever you're releasing a show weekly, right, as episodes are coming out, people are talking about the show throughout the couple of weeks. But if you just simply dump a show so that people can binge all at one time, the conversation and the online presence for the show disappears really quickly. And it usually shows that a studio doesn't have a lot of faith in the property, or it doesn't have a lot of faith in the studio that produces the property, right? Um, and I say that because, like with Echo, they just kind of dumped it all in one fell swoop. And then you have Daredevil, which is, one of their best shows, and that was released on a weekly schedule. So do you think I don't know, because this is Paramount Plus and because we know the troubles that are or we know what's happening between Paramount Plus and Avatar Studios, do you think this is a slight against the studio, or they don't have a lot of faith of this property, or I don't know, what do you make of that?
I mean, we're already seeing it with Avatar Aang.
Yeah.
Um, so this kind of falls in line with that. How they've been acting with that the
With the
property so
studio.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like it's the
So
way that they're acting towards the studio itself. It's
it's really
crazy.
sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense. They're completely like they're really daft. Like they have no idea what what they have in their
Yeah, and they're
hands.
being really blatant. I don't know. Maybe we're talking too, inside sports here, but it seems I would think anybody who is observing what Paramount Plus is doing with the Avatar series or franchise, I guess I should say at this point, is really tone deaf, and it's really like feels kind of spiteful at this point. Like, why would
Yeah,
you
basically.
release 26 episodes in one
One
go?
go.
Yeah, that's practically 2 seasons. They're just releasing it at one time. That's nutty, man.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, I have no idea.
it doesn't look as if the series is it doesn't look as if the series is bad, and the story looks really interesting, right? Like, I would love to see what happens to, these new avatars in this like post-apocalyptic world. I want to see what that's about. But damn, they're just dumping 26 episodes at one time. I don't know. Then again, I don't know if that's normal for Paramount Plus. I don't have a subscription to the streaming service, so I don't know whether or not they just dump
No, they
IPs
don't.
like they don't. Ah, see, that's
Like
even worse.
I watch uh I was watching Ghosts on there,
Yeah.
and that's a weekly distribution release
Mm-hmm.
date. Yeah. That one's a live action one though, but like you can film a whole thing and then they've done it before. Like
Yeah.
Stranger Things, right? Stranger
Right.
Things did that, so
Mm-hmm.
they don't usually do this. So it
That's
definitely
weird, man.
feels yeah, it definitely feels like they're doing it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really dumb. And
Really, really dumb.
Can someone just buy Avatar Studios? Like save them?
Yeah. Somebody we need to somebody needs to somebody definitely needs to save that studio. We need to
They watched the property and they were like, "We don't like this. This is too feel good and not
yeah.
enough like
We somebody
money
needs to
for me."
hold a protest in front of Paramount Plus with a free Avatar Studio sign.
Seriously, because this is like depressing. They're trying to kill the property, is what it
It
seems like.
it literally feels that way, man. It literally feels like they're just trying to kill the property. Like I don't know how well or any other way to think of this. Like they're just
Because none
kind
of it
of
makes sense.
yeah,
Like
none of
they
it
don't
makes
even
any
want to
sense.
make money. Like
Mhm.
it- it's it's like because I think they know it can make money. They just don't
Yeah.
want to do it because they hate whoever. Like it just
Yeah. Yeah,
feels
it just feels like they just
because
hate the
there's no
studio in
because I
some
get them
form or
being dumb.
fashion.
I can totally get them being dumb, but they're
Mhm.
still greedy.
Yeah.
So I don't, you know what I mean? Like there's no way that they don't know what they
Yeah.
have in their hands
I don't know. I don't know. It really
unless
does
they
feel
really are that
like
dumb.
yeah, it really does feel like they just honestly just kind of hate the studio and hate the franchise because it they are
That's
doing
weird.
everything in their power to get rid of it.
Mhm.
Like why would you dump a studio like that? It's crazy, man. Let's see here. All right. Um let me go ahead and close this real quick. All right. Let's see. So that's not even the very least of all the topics that we had. Um, the oh, speaking of Paramount Plus, did you see that they recently the merger with Warner Brothers was put on hold officially?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a bit of good news.
When did that happen?
It just happened today. They
Okay.
said that the merger will not move forward until June 1st of 2027 or until the courts provide
Oh,
a ruling on the lawsuits facing the merger. So it's officially on
mm,
hold. So,
wow.
yeah. I mean, it couldn't have happened to
It
a better
worked.
studio.
What they're doing is working.
Yeah,
That's great.
exactly. What they're doing is working.
And
Oh,
yeah, I don't. Well, that is good news. Like I'm glad,
mhm.
cause geez, I don't want the.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, man, we can't have them continue to fuck over our boys like this.
You know, stop desecrating everything we love. Stop.
Right? Just quit it already. All right, so we're about 16 minutes past the hour. Of course, we got a lot more topics, but do you want to just save them for next stream because with everything that's going to be released over the weekend, we're going to have a lot more to talk about.
If you want to keep going, so
Are you good
it's
with
okay
keep
with me.
going? I can keep going
Yeah,
if you're all right with
if
it.
there's another topic you really want to talk
Let
about,
me
that's fine with
see.
me.
Oh man, there is a lot more. Let me see. So you know how we were talking about all the dangling plot lines within the MCU, and that we hope that some of them come back.
Yeah.
Apparently, there is still life in the Shang-Chi franchise. Um, it was recently released that Destin Daniel Cretton, which is the director to the first Shang-Chi movie, and he's currently the director to the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out. He said that Shang-Chi 2 is currently in development, and that he was recently talking to the writer, who is Dave Callahan. So fingers crossed. He said that they're moving forward on that movie soon. Did you ever get a chance to watch Shang-Chi at all?
Yeah, I did. I liked it.
Oh
And
yeah, it's one of the better Marvel
surprising.
movies.
That's surprising to hear because he's in Doomsday.
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely in Doomsday. He was in the trailer.
Yeah, so was there not uh talks about it
It was
too?
it was another one of those IPs that were kind of up in the air. Like
Hmm.
it was one of those things, kind of like Blade, right? Where it was like, is it gonna happen? Is it not gonna happen? When's the next time are we gonna see Shang-Chi? Um, and everyone was thinking that Marvel just kind of left the character by the wayside, but he's definitely going to be in Doomsday according to the trailer. So
Yeah.
the fact that he's talking to, or the director is talking to the writer from the original movie is a good outlet. It looks like it could be moving forward. Let's see. Mark says it was good, like them in the Marvel Zombie What If series too. Yeah, dude, the Marvel Zombie What If series was so good. Um,
I didn't watch that.
you didn't watch any of? Did you watch any of the What If series?
I watched the initial one that
Mm-hmm.
came out.
Yeah,
Um,
the first
the
season.
mini sodes
Yeah,
where it
yeah.
shows you different scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched that and I liked it. It was
Yeah,
pretty interesting. Hmm.
yeah. The animation for that was different, right? Like they're essentially utilizing 3D art, but making it look like 2D art, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes it felt a little stiff,
Hmm.
but it definitely got better as the series went on, and then Marvel Zombies, it was really showing what they could do. It was
So
really
it's just
freaking good.
so it's just the whole series covering that premise?
Yeah, yeah. So I think they originally introduced the premise in, like, was it the first season?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
I remember they briefly showed it and
Mhm.
Scarlet Witch was like the head zombie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that exact same story, only that they expand on it more.
On how many episodes?
Oh man, I don't remember. I think it was, let's see. What was zombie episodes? Yeah, I think Mark's right. It was somewhere between, oh, okay, so Marvel Zombie was only 5 episodes long.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
I was
so
about to
it's
say,
not
like,
that long.
it can't be like how far can you get into a how many episodes do you need to talk about everyone being zombies?
Well,
Or is that
it's really cool because they kind of like show you the story through Miss Marvel's perspective.
and
Um,
she's not a
it
zombie?
No, she's not a zombie. It's Miss Marvel. Um, what's her name? Crap. She was in Hawkeye. She's Hawkeye's sidekick. Oh no, Katie something. Crud, I can't remember. And then the character that played Ironheart, Riri Williams. So it's those three starting off in the beginning, and it's showing them kind of like surviving in this new zombie world and trying to fight their way. Kate Bishop is her name. Good save, Mark. Um, and it's showing that they're trying to get to a safe haven in order to administer a cure for the zombies, trying to save the world essentially. And it's them going on like this road trip, trying to um, to survive amongst all these superheroes that have been turned into zombies. And it's a really cool story. A lot and a couple of times it's pretty heart wrenching too.
I mean, I like
Um,
zombies, so I'll
yeah,
watch it.
oh, dude, you gotta check it out. It's really good.
Mhm.
And of course, it's using all the same voice actors, and so it all sounds pretty authentic. I
Okay.
really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Um, let's see, what else have I seen come out of? One of the things that I came across was Atari and Universal Pictures have signed a deal to potentially make 10 movies
I read
based on
that,
their old video games.
and one of them was listed as Pong, and I was like, "How are you gonna make
Yeah.
Pong?" Like, what
I don't know, dude. I don't know how they would make a movie out of that. Like I kept thinking like, okay, if you're going to make a movie out of asteroids, sure, right? All you're doing is shooting asteroids at the sky. You could
so
probably make a
funny.
decent story out of that. But like how are you going to make a movie out of like Centipede or Pong or Breakout?
I
I
think
don't
I
know.
think Pong's the funniest one because it's like, how are you gonna do that? Didn't they? Okay, is this the same one that did Battlefield or Battleship?
Oh,
What is it?
I hope not. But yes, it was an Atari film.
That's funny because
Yeah.
that's just a board game, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
it's just a
so
board
funny.
game. It's I don't know, dude. It's like Universal. Well, okay, who are the ones that produce the Super Mario movies? Is that Illumination? Is
Yeah, that's
Illumination
Illumination.
is that
Wait,
is that
no, it's wait,
Universal?
no, that's not. Wait,
Hold on.
it's the same people who do the Despicable Me movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought the
I think
studio
that's
name was
Illumination.
Elimination.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
who is the who
Who
distributes
is?
Illumination? Is that there's got to be a
Oh,
parent company, right? Is that Universal as well?
well, I know that the properties that is from Illumination is at Universal Studios, the theme park. So maybe
So maybe yes. So
I don't know.
Illumination is
Yeah, distributed partnership
partnership with Universal
with
Pictures.
Universal.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. So this is what it feels like. This is
That's funny.
this is my take. So you have one episode was Pac. Oh yeah, yeah. There was a in what's that? Oh no, there is a Netflix show. Sage String on YouTube says one episode was Pac-Man. It was there is this anthology show. Is it on Netflix? Oh my god, I'm not gonna remember. But it was kind of like a realistic or not realistic but a more adult um uh perspective or adaptation of video games. And so they had a number of video game properties, and one of them was Pac-Man, and they played Pac-Man as being the bad guy in the storyline, and it was really
What?
cool. Yeah, dang it, I'm gonna have to remember
In
what it was
a
called.
anthology series.
Yeah, it's an anthology series. Hold on. Oh
No, it's
no.
not Pixels. Because that's Pixels is a movie, right? Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
not it.
it's not the Adam Sandler movie.
It's like a TV show.
Yeah, it was a TV
It's like What
show.
If, but with video games, is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah. Oh, it's called Secret Level. That's the name of it.
Wow.
Yeah, and Secret Level essentially takes a couple of video game properties and it kind of shows you you can watch it on Amazon Prime. That's right. And so it gives you more of an adult themed version of video game properties. And one of them is Pac-Man. And Pac-Man is kind of shown as kind of being the antagonist in this short story. So every episode is a different story. It's really cool. It kind of
See?
reminds me of Love, Sex and Robots. Did you ever watch that on Netflix?
Oh yeah, that one's
Yeah.
that one's awesome.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. It's in that same kind of vein of and it's all 3D animated. So yeah, yeah, I highly recommend it. It's such a good show. Um, but yeah, it kind of feels like Universal with their success with Super Mario. They were like, so what other video games can we turn into movies? And then they looked over at Atari and they were like, you've got a ton of video games, right? Like I could even understand them making a video game about, like, if anybody remembers from the old Atari days, Pitfall. Anybody out there remember Pitfall? Am I just
Sounds
old?
familiar.
But there was a game called Pitfall back in the day. You could probably even make a decent movie out of that. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how the hell you're gonna make a movie out of Pong.
It it feels like they saw the um what is the word? Not potential.
Uh-huh.
How successful
Yeah.
the Sonic
Yeah.
franchise became and
Mm-hmm.
how successful the Mario movies have
Yep.
been, which I don't know how. Like I heard the second one was not very good. But
Oh, I haven't
anyway,
seen it. I want to, but I
um
haven't seen it yet.
it's very much kid oriented.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
the audience is
I
for
ki-
kids.
I
So
kind of
you can't
figured that
really
was always gonna be
yeah,
the audience. Yeah.
you can't really hate it for that. But
Yeah, yeah. You can't judge it
they
that hard.
yeah, they saw it. But that's not to say I to go into a different tangent without going too much into it. It
Just
it
do
kind of
it.
sucks when people use that as like oh, it's for kids, so it's going to be
Right.
kind of
Right.
stupid. But it's just like kids are really smart. They can watch shows with more nuance in it, like
Mhm.
Avatar, and still enjoy it. Like, and
Yeah.
then they'll watch it as adults and be like, "Wow, I get this even more now that I'm an adult." You know, we're talking about the Super Mario movie, the second one, Mark.
Mhm.
But yeah, it feels like they saw the success of those two movies.
Yeah.
They're video game related, and they're like, now we just have to do all the video games, all of them, no matter
Sage
what it is.
String on YouTube says Pitfall would be a lot like Spelunky or Indiana Jones. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Basically.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you're right. It's one of those things where you just kind of have to I I I I think that Super Mario is definitely nostalgia bait for a lot of millennials and older generations, right?
Mhm.
Super Mario, I don't know how much of a presence Super Mario had for younger generations outside of us. And
Mm.
the way I took the movies was that it was the outreach to the younger generations, which most movies are, right? Like I think
Yeah.
all of us at some point, especially whenever it comes to these properties that essentially caught our eye whenever we were kids, eventually we have to accept that, yeah, they're going to try to do that again with new kids as time goes on. But I do think you're right. I do think that we shouldn't discount it, that just because it's supposed to be a kids movie doesn't mean that it can't have like good animation and a good story and an interesting premise, because kids should be able to digest stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um and of course it really just depends on the audience they were going for. I think at the end of the day, something like the Super Mario movies, they know the nostalgia bait that it's going to be, and they know the crowd that it's automatically going to attract. But I think they're really going for the younger audience to kind of like introduce them into Mario and introduce them into the franchise,
So they
because
can sell more video games.
sell more fucking video games
Yep.
because
If
we
they
all
weren't
know.
gamers, yep, if they weren't gamers now, then
Yeah, they're
they're
gonna
gonna
be.
be gamers after this.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, I shit you not. Even my kid at the ripe age of 5 is so into Minecraft now. Whereas beforehand, she didn't even know what the hell it was until that movie came out. And
Oh,
then
really?
boom,
Wow.
I just got through having to buy her um the amazing digital circus skins on Minecraft because she really, really, really wanted to be Ribbit. Yeah. Yeah. So, yes, to say the least, she's a little she's a little nutty for Minecraft. Dude, she could spend days, hours on that game. But
Well,
now now I got me a little
little,
gamer, right? But
yeah,
that's how you do it, right?
a little buddy.
You introduce them through a visual media that they're used to, point in case either videos or movies, right? You make it entertaining because Minecraft wasn't exactly, Shakespeare, right? The Minecraft movie, I mean. And now, dude, she loves that game. Loves that game. She loves the creative aspect of it. So, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
I think that's how it works. I think that's the way that, and that's essentially what Nintendo was hoping for with the Super Mario movies. And then you have Atari properties which predate me. You know what I mean? Like, dude, these are
Yeah,
old
what
ass
video games
games.
are you selling that
Exactly.
trying to sell from these movies? Like
Unless they plan on bringing it back. I
the
mean,
little Atari. I mean, they still make the little Atari machines,
yeah, they
the
do.
all-in-one
But at some
machine,
point, they're gonna have to update some of these properties, I guess. And
I
maybe the
guess.
movies are gonna be the vehicle for them. You know? Oh God, Mark said, "Look, I grew up with the live action Mario movie." Oh my God, that
I
movie was
did
terrible,
too.
bro.
I kind of liked it.
You
Like
liked it?
I
Oh
have a
man.
charming, I have a like I have a charming memory of it. Like, was it good? No, but it looked pretty cool. Like I
Was it
think it
even
looked pretty
Mario?
cool.
Was it even
Yeah,
Mario? Really?
probably not, but it looked pretty cool. Like,
I remember as a kid that movie kind of freaked me out a little because I used to hate the way the Koopas looked.
oh, I don't remember what the Koopas
Oh,
looked.
dude, they had the little tiny dinosaur heads on like these gigantic ass bodies. For some
You know
reason,
what?
my
I
kid
probably
brain
erased that
couldn't.
from my
My
memory.
kid couldn't wrap his head around it. Oh man. Oh, those were Goombas. My bad. They weren't even Koopas. They were Goombas.
Which is
Yeah,
even weirder.
yeah. It's just it was such a weird movie. I remember whenever they introduced Yoshi in the movie, like it was a straight up dinosaur. Oh man. Yeah, he wasn't even green. He was just a dinosaur.
What?
Yes, dude.
But you could
You gotta
it,
rewatch it, Lily. You gotta rewatch it. I gotta see what you think about that movie
maybe
if
I
you
just
rewatched
liked
it.
how Mario and Luigi looked. Like they looked like, like that's
Mm-hmm.
it. Which is
Yeah.
what I'm remembering. Like I liked how they looked in the movie. And then that's it. That's all I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch it. I gotta see what you think about it. Cause yeah, the original that movie it was
That's
rough.
funny.
Although I did like John Leguizamo as Luigi. And John Leguizamo has always been a favorite of mine. Speaking of video games, right? Sega recently came out with Sega came out Sega's president came out with a statement saying that they have no plans of abandoning physical media. Huh? But then
Yeah.
I started thinking, What games are they releasing right now? I mean, they have a
Doomsday.
few Sonic ones, I think.
Okay, let me look. Let me look.
Yeah, you gotta look it up. Because I honestly don't know what games they're releasing.
Do, 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 do.
And they don't have a console anymore, so it's not like
Well, they're releasing it on the Switch and stuff like that. Yeah, they
exactly.
recently released Sonic Racing Crossworlds,
Mm-hmm.
Yakuza looks like.
Okay.
Bur- 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 Persona is a part of their
What?
library? Really? Wow. And
Really?
they're remaking
Damn.
Crazy Taxi, remember?
Right, right. I
So,
remember that.
yeah.
But the thing
So,
is, like, does that mean that they're gonna be releasing their own console soon? Because if they're
no,
not,
I
it
don't think they
doesn't
need to.
matter. Well, but the thing is, if they don't release their own console, it doesn't really matter whether or not they keep making physical media or not, because if the future consoles aren't going to be supporting physical media anymore, they're kind of screwed.
Mm,
Unless,
I don't know.
now
I
hear me out.
think. Hmm.
Hear me out here for a second. Unless they're going to be re-releasing a Dreamcast. Come on, Sega. Let's do it,
I don't.
man. Just
I
make your
don't
own
think they
console.
need to. Like, I don't. I don't think Sega needs to. If they do, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they
See,
have
Mark
it
gets
pretty
it.
good. I think they have it pretty good with Nintendo already.
I don't know.
Um,
I would really like for them to bring back an updated version of a Dreamcast. That'd be
I mean,
pretty
I'm not
cool,
saying
man.
it's not possible, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's like the thing they have
Dreamcast
to
2
do.
Electric
You know what I
Boogaloo.
mean?
And they gotta bring back Seaman if they're gonna do it too. But now with new AI features now. So you really can talk to the manfish. Oh my god. But I mean, at the very least, they're saying that that they're what did they say? They said that um they assured that the value physical media culture they assured that they value physical media culture and its fundamental part, and they seek to make sure digital and physical copies coexist in harmony. So,
That's good.
I mean, at least we have a gaming company that's not trying to screw us. I mean,
I
seriously.
mean, Sony needs to get their stuff together. That
Seriously.
and apparently there was a giant outage today, so a
Yeah,
bunch of
yeah,
people
I kept
on their
hearing that
PlayStation,
everywhere.
yeah, couldn't access their games. So
Oh god.
this is something that, is
Mm-hmm.
really something that they need to pay attention to. Like
It's a
if they
precursor.
I get that you want the money, but
Mm-hmm.
are you really these greedy sons of bitches that you won't even let your fan
Yeah.
base like play their fucking video games? Like,
Mark says, so usual Sony things. Yeah, yeah, and watch. Tomorrow
yep,
we're gonna
usually
find
Sony
out
things.
that all of our
Mhm.
information was stolen during the outage. Just wait and see.
So sad. I'm
I
glad I
mean,
don't have a PlayStation.
dude, it's like yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just like it goes to show why going fully digital is bad. Because if every
Mhm.
single game requires you to be online, then if it requires you to be online whenever the network's down or whenever your own personal internet is down, you can't play your game. And then B, this is just it's like you said, this is just an example of if they ever decide to erase your library, they can, and it would be instant.
Mhm.
And there's
And
not a
then
damn thing anyone can do about it right now, it feels
yeah.
like.
So this is all like a domino effect. People are
Mhm.
going to get more frustrated and they're going to just say, I don't want to own a PlayStation anymore. Like, fuck that. This all
Mm-hmm.
sucks. Like, you suck. We're not gonna keep buying your consoles or your games.
Yeah.
And then what? And that's what I would hope would happen. It didn't happen because people uh, pre-ordered the shit out of GTA. That the latest GTA. I don't know which number it is, but
Mm-hmm.
you were saying that they
Oh,
ordered
that's gonna
the
be purely digital, and that,
yeah,
yeah.
and they like so people didn't show through that they didn't like what was happening. But
Mm-hmm.
I think the more that this stuff starts happening, people are gonna wake up and be like, actually, I don't want this anymore. This
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. I think it needs to be across the board, right? Like in the notes, I had made a list of all the things that every console was doing that was anti-consumerism, right? So it's
Mm,
like what PlayStation wants to end physical media, wants to end player ownership, the secondhand market, create a monopoly, all after wasting a whole generation on live service slop and cross gens and shutting down studios.
yeah.
Xbox barely made any games for a whole generation, made decisions on the fly without a real plan, creating a low end console that detailed this generation and glazing. They were glazing Game Pass, which essentially screwed over studios and their livelihood since they were cultivating this mentality of not paying for games. And then Nintendo creating slop with graphics from 3 generations ago for $80 on some games and thinks government tariff refunds are theirs while they're happy to rob players. Did you hear about that, by the way?
Which one?
About the tariffs and how Nintendo said that that
They were trying to sue to get their share back, but
mm-hmm,
it's
but
like,
they weren't gonna be passing that on to the customers.
yeah, because that,
Yeah.
to my understanding, it's not the it's not the companies that pay for the tariff. It's the consumer
Mm-hmm.
that pays for it, right? So it's like, what?
Well, what it is that we or the government um, essentially taxes these companies more to have them exported here, which then
Okay.
whatever they have to pay in taxes, they then pass it on to the customers
Oh,
by
okay, to make
either
it back.
exactly. But if they sue the government to get their money back, they're not giving the money that they ended up overcharging their customers in order to
Mm,
compensate for the tariffs, right? So it's like, oh, so Nintendo is essentially saying, oh, we're going to get our money back, but everyone who paid whatever they paid for, their consoles or their games or whatever, fuck those guys.
yeah.
So, yeah, because the thing is, it's kind of BS to kind of punish customers for something that their government's doing, like
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately whenever it comes to at least our government right now, the American people don't really have a say so because it's not like he's going through Congress for any of this, right? He's just kind of doing everything through executive order. So like the American public literally doesn't have a say so on the tariffs that Trump is putting on, random ass countries. So the fact, like don't get me wrong, Nintendo did get screwed out, did get screwed and having to pay for these tariffs, right? But they passed that cost down to their consumers. But now they're essentially suing to get their money back and saying, yeah, we're not gonna give this money back to the customers because essentially we, the consumers paid for those tariffs and now they're
Yeah.
getting that money back and they're like, no, we're not going to give it back to our customers.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, I honestly I don't know how any of us can trust any game console, their gaming company. Like it feels like there
Honestly.
needs to be a gigantic overhaul on all of them.
Eh, and everything, really.
Yeah,
Everything's just greed.
yeah,
Greed,
everything
greed,
needs a
greed.
gigantic overhaul, dude. Like,
Mhm.
oh my god, everything seems as if it's gone to complete crap. Um, But let's see if I can find a good note to, to end done instead of a note that just makes all of us mad. Um, let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple of trailers that have come out, but I don't think you're too interested in like DC's Lanterns or anything.
No.
Oh, you know what? This is a good one. The Japanese government moves to protect voice actors against AI.
Oh yeah. They announced earlier this week
Mhm.
that they would um yeah, make moves to protect voice actors. The
Okay.
Japanese Ministry of Justice released a draft earlier this week claiming that a person's voice should be treated as a legally protected part of their identity.
Mhm.
Um, so I think that's a good move in that direction.
Oh, for sure.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
and I think so. I recently just learned. So
Mhm.
remember when I said that thing about my resume?
Yeah.
So recently learned. So it's process AI.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the term for it. Process AI is basically what your search engine is doing right now, and all that other
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
is it's analyzing data and optimizing it.
Okay.
Um,
So it's
yeah,
way different from generative.
it is. It's
Yeah.
different, and yes, I do see the potential in that, and I'm not just saying that as as a way to scapegoat my use of it. Um, I see the potential in that in video games
Mhm.
as well. Like,
Yeah.
where someone in one of our previous streams, and I think you mentioned it too, where we
Mhm.
could program AIs when we're doing like um, PvEs and stuff like that
Yeah.
in various types of games,
Yeah.
programming the AI to be a more challenging um, what
Experience.
opponent?
For
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. Stuff like that. I see the potential in that. It's just I am wary about using it, and I'm mentioning this now because the Japanese government has been known recently to be trying to implement AI
Mhm.
against piracy. That's one thing that they're using it against.
Yeah.
And they haven't said in this draft if they're gonna use AI to try and fight AI cloning of voice actors.
Mhm.
But what I'm assuming the type of AI that they're using is process AI. And I'm not daft. I can see the potential in that sort of thing. And that's the
Yeah.
type of thing I'm fighting for is process AI being used in the medical field and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Useful things.
Yeah.
It's just, it's the rate that it's being used right now, especially with generative AI in the mix as well, and the rate of how accessible it is,
Mhm.
it's not helpful to the environment and it's not helpful to humanity overall, just because
Yeah.
people are using it as like a scapegoat and a way
Right.
to be like lazy, right?
Yeah. I think
Which
a good majority of the time my stance against AI has always been against um the harm that AI can cause, right?
yeah.
Like I'm still underneath the thought process that if AI is properly regulated and has the proper guardrails to it. And I'm not even talking about regulation just on like how AI interacts with the user, but I'm also talking about the data centers and how they operate and the
Hmm.
logistics of it, right? If it could be properly regulated, obviously there's a future where AI I
Is
would even
useful.
yeah, exactly. It's super useful. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's the reason why I hate whenever you hear AI bros say, "Well, AI is inevitable." Because to a degree, they're kind of right? Like
Hmm.
AI is the next gigantic leap in technology, and it can be super helpful, right? Like I'm kind of like a futurist, right? Like I would love to see where technology goes. I would love to have a personal AI assistant the way Tony Stark does, right? That's freaking awesome shit. But it's like I said, there has to be regulations and guardrails in place that protect not only users who are interacting with AI, but also the environment that these AI data centers inhabit, right? The
Mhm.
surrounding environments, how we utilize the AI, right? All this stuff is super important. And as long as we continue to be so laissez faire about the whole thing, we're kind of screwing ourselves. Um, or better yet, we're screwing ourselves out of a potential that could be really beneficial to humanity. But
Mhm.
you know, it's right now it's just a bad place and time.
Yeah, I think, I would want to see, more regulation
Mhm.
and some pullback
Yeah,
on how many people can access AI, and
exactly.
maybe just even like just um a cancellation of generative AI, because
Yeah,
like I said, that
because it's
that
not
part of
really
AI
helping.
is not needed. It's not needed. It's
Mhm.
not helpful.
Either that
And
or we
yeah.
need to have laws in the books that protect artists, you know?
Mhm.
And if by protecting artists it kills generative AI, well then so be it.
I'm
But
happy with that.
yeah.
But this is a good, that this is a move towards that
Mhm.
a government is moving to protect voice actors
Yep.
and their identities this way. So
Mhm.
maybe this is the domino in that effect.
I'm hoping
And
so. All it really
yeah.
takes is one country implementing something that in turn will kind of give other countries a path to follow down, you know? It just
Hmm.
takes the one.
Yeah. But that was some good news this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
like
happy
that.
about that.
That's really
Yeah.
good. I think we can end the stream on that.
Okay.
Let's take
So
a look at
let's.
the artwork here. Here, I'm gonna
Mhm.
remove my avatar real quick so we can see my artwork completely. All right, so I like, you know what? You got the detail in his armor really, really well.
I'm trying. This was hard. Like drawing
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 dudes
men
is
is
tough, huh?
so hard for me. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I hate drawing men. Just 'cause, like, if you make them too curvy, that looks kinda weird, but then
Yeah.
it's like, well, they do
Yeah.
have curves because 'cause they're
You
humans,
gotta
but
make
then
them
it's
a little
just like.
boxy, but you gotta understand that men
Yeah,
still
exactly.
have muscle in our legs and
They do.
thighs, and yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. This was
It's a
hard.
fine balance to walk.
Yep. And then also this kind of, like, dynamic pose I'm doing,
Mhm.
which I don't really do a lot of, which is, what I've been practicing a lot nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun. I my So I'm doing more of his Marvel Rivals look.
Yeah.
Um just cuz I really like the designs in Marvel Rivals. Now I've heard people complaining about the designs in Marvel
Oh, I think
Rivals
they look
cuz they say
fine.
it's like, yeah, they say it looks too busy, but I'm just like it looks
Ah,
like
I hate
if
people.
Square Enix
Yeah.
touched the Marvel franchise.
Uh-huh.
That's how, like with a finger. That's
Right.
what it feels like. And
You know,
I'm all for that.
but
Like I like busy
those are
characters.
probably the same people that say that the MCU costumes are too detailed. Like some people just don't understand
That's what
costuming
makes
or
it
design for that
fun.
matter.
That's what
Exactly.
fashion is so fun. Like you're so boring. Like get off
Oh
of it.
man, yeah.
Yeah, but I like his uh Marvel Rivals version. It's pretty true to form though.
Mhm.
I don't know if Gambit has tattoos, but they added tattoos to his
It
forearms
would
in
make
his
sense that he
design.
did.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna draw those because those are kind of insane. But Yeah, my idea was taking that and then putting it in like a splash art type
That's cool.
art, which is, you know, what you see in like League of Legends or
Yeah.
something like that.
Uh-huh.
So trying to emulate that style a little bit more.
That's awesome, man. I like it.
Thank
Yeah, I like the pose a lot. I see what you're going for. And it's gonna look really cool the deeper you get in on it, for sure.
Yeah,
And
I
yeah,
just
drawing
gotta.
his tattoos
Oh,
are would be rough. And but to
yeah.
be fair, like in the comics, he never had tattoos, so you don't got to worry about that too much.
And then yours is looking like it needs some sensor bars.
Well, on the plus side, this is just still sketch phase, so I haven't added any of the clothing yet. But I was focusing on, or I haven't added a lot of the clothing yet, I want the clothing to kind of look the way it does in the anime, where it's kind of like tattered
Mm.
and dirty and kind of like disheveled. Like her shirt is always like super loose fitting. So I think I got the figure down. I even got a little bit of the background done. Um, and now it's just time to finish off some of the line art. So, but yeah, it's like I said, I looked for the most obscene pose, and then I turned it into a fart joke. While at the same time, I'm gonna be showing like the poverty that's gonna be all around her because I'm gonna make that apartment look dirty.
That'll do it.
But yeah, yeah, I think that'll let me go ahead and turn it back on. I think
Yeah,
that'll take care of us.
that'll be the end of it for this stream, you guys. Thanks for hanging around later today to hear all of our or most of our topics. Go check out SO at SO Art Studio on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. All the links are down below. You can find me at Lily Lilac Draws on Instagram, Threads, Tumblr, and TikTok. My links are down below as well. Thanks for joining us again today, you guys. Any support that you show us, even just sitting here and listening to us rant and or like fan girl and boy about some of the recent stuff that's been going on lately, that just hearing us and participating in that conversation is more than enough support than we need. So
Right.
thanks. It's always a pleasure to unwind with you guys at the end of every week. We'll see you next time, and remember, stay creative.
See ya.
Bye bye.